Yorùbá nation la fẹ́ ayé kọ́ bọ̀ lọ́wọ́ mọ́ o gbogbo ń tó kù la pọ̀.
Yorùbá nation ní ká ẹ fún wa.
Olójú lajú rẹ̀ sílẹ̀ títà lùbọ̀ bá kó sí olójú ni yóò sì máa lò. Yorùbá máa lò jìyà ó tó gẹ́ kílẹ̀ fẹ́.
Yorùbá nation ní ká ẹ fún wa.
Bàbá ni akọ́mọlúbọ̀ bọ́mọ ò bá ṣe é kó kíkà ní kókó tiẹ̀. Ìgbéyàwó tí ó ládùn abẹ́tà kò yá kúta.
Yorùbá nation ní ká ẹ fún wa.
Ṣé tipátipá ni ó tó gẹ́ ó ti tó gẹ́ o. Ṣé tipátipá ni ó tó gẹ́ o. Ìṣèwọ́ yàtọ̀ sí tiwọn tiwọn kan yàtọ̀ sí tiwa níbi rẹ̀ ò ṣe é fowó rà.
Yorùbá nation ní ká ẹ fún wa.
Yorùbá nation yìí ẹ̀tọ́ wa máa ní ipa òrajà kí ló dé tẹ́ǹbì pàṣẹ wá papọ̀.
Iṣẹ́ wa ò jọra ìdẹ́nu wa ò sì jọra wọn.
Yorùbá nation yìí ẹ̀tọ́ wa máa ní ipa òrajà kí ló dé tẹ́ǹbì pàṣẹ wá papọ̀.
Iṣẹ́ wa ò jọra ìdẹ́nu wa ò sì jọra wọn.
Òjò tó kẹ́yìn àṣà pọmọ yẹ ẹdìyẹ ìdẹ́ kẹ́yìn àṣà pàmápọ̀mọ ẹdìyẹ jẹ́ ìbágbé Fúlàní pẹ̀lú Yorùbá ò lè wọ̀ o àbákẹ́.
Ìkálukú bàálù wọn lọ.
Ajá tó rí ní jùlù tó wá dípò jẹ́ ń gbó bó ṣe jẹ́ ní ẹ̀bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ ní ìgbẹ́gbọ́n tó ráwọn Fúlàní kì í gbẹ̀mí èèyàn wá ìbágbé ó bá wọ̀ mọ́ o.
Ìkálukú bàálù wọn lọ.
Òyìnbó owó tàkà kan tó rà wá pọ̀ lọ́jọ́ tí jẹjẹ́ làwà dòkó tá ń ṣe àṣà wa ẹ̀rán sí àtẹ̀yìn wa pàdéṣe nílẹ̀ wa àṣà yìí ó papọ̀ kí ló dé.
Ẹ̀kọ́ fara nìyàn wá ní.
1914 náà kọ́kọ́ dà wá pọ̀ o ìforí fọ́gbà yọ̀ǹda àbákẹ́. Ọ̀rọ̀ ti kọjá pé ká máa pẹ́ pọ̀ ọ̀sán.
Àbákẹ́ máa bọ́ kòkòrò.
Ọ̀rọ̀ ti kọjá pé ká máa pẹ́ pọ̀ ọ̀sán.
Àbákẹ́ máa bọ́ kòkòrò.
Tí wọ́n bá dákẹ́ kò ní lè sọ̀rọ̀ o. Tẹ́mi bá dákẹ́ kò ní lè sọ̀rọ̀ ẹgbọ́ o. Ó dàbí ẹni lọ sóko rẹ̀ ní. Tọ́ni kó ṣiṣẹ́ tó ló ti rẹ̀ ń. Tó lòun fẹ́ máa kẹ́ra lónìí. Tó sá kúrò wá tún sá padà wá ṣèbí iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ ní. Ìgbà yóò wù tó bá padà dé Adébáṣẹ́ rẹ̀ ó dájú. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ilé àwa ni a ti fẹ́ padà sílé. Òdodo ọ̀rọ̀ lóde ilẹ̀ yìí àbáfẹ́ mo jẹ̀ máa lọ. Ọ̀rọ̀ fi kọjá pé ká máa pẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀.
Àbákẹ́ máa bọ́ kòkòrò.
Gbogbo abánigbé máa mọ̀ wà ẹni ọ̀tá la pè wọ́n o. Ọmọ Yorùbá kì í ṣàpàyàn wọ́n ti wá ń pa èèyàn wá. Ìjọba tó yẹ kó pe tàbó wọn tún ṣàbòlú mọ́. Àwọn ajínigbé wá sí ipò rẹpẹtẹ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá wa. Àwọn Fúlàní kan pààyàn kiri lóko ṣẹlẹ̀ orí ni. Ìwà ìbàjẹ́ ti wá gbòòrò tí wọ́n lára bá kẹ ọ̀nà dé. Àtìgbà tó máa dé yẹ mọ́ dìde olóyè Sunday Igboho. Kọjá lórúkọ ṣàpàyàn ìgbé Yorùbá nation ló ń ké. Làwọn ọmọ ọkọ Yorùbá ṣe tẹ̀lé yàtọ̀ sáwọn ọ̀dàlẹ̀ o. Ọ̀rọ̀ ti kọjá pé ká máa pẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀.
Àbákẹ́ máa bọ́ kòkòrò.
Àbákẹ́ mo gbọ́ kínní kan tọ́jọ́ mi lójú.
Péjọba lọ fọ́ ilé kan láàrin òru.
Àbákẹ́ mo gbọ́ kínní kan tọ́jọ́ mi lójú.
Péjọba lọ fọ́ ilé kan láàrin òru.
Mo gbélé mo gbọ̀rọ̀ yìí o, ó yà mí lẹ́nu.
Péjọba lọ fọ́ ilé kan láàrin òru.
Bóyá nìkan lọ ká mọ́ léṣe lójọ́ mọ́ gbé.
Kò má dánmọ gbé o, ó béèrè ẹ̀tọ́ ẹ̀ ni.
Bóyá nìkan lọ ká mọ́ léṣe lójọ́ mọ́ gbé.
Kò má dánmọ gbé o, ó béèrè ẹ̀tọ́ ẹ̀ ni.
Òrùtẹ̀ lọ ká mọ́lé kálẹ̀ ẹ̀ ti pa.
Ó dá mi lójú ọba òní sọ pé ẹ̀yìn.
Lórùtẹ̀ lọ ká mọ́lé kálẹ̀ ẹ̀ ti pa.
Ó dá mi lójú ọba òní sọ pé ẹ̀yìn.
Ọ̀nà sójà lẹ máa purọ́ mọ́.
Ó dá mi lójú ọba òní sọ pé ẹ̀yìn.
Gbogbo kámẹ́rà ilé wọ́n sọ pé ẹ fọ́.
Ìmọ̀lúkutu pẹ́bẹ́ abẹ́ orí nǹkan.
Gbogbo kámẹ́rà ilé wọ́n sọ pé ẹ fọ́.
Ìmọ̀lúkutu pẹ́bẹ́ abẹ́ orí nǹkan.
Àìtọ́jú òótọ́ sí ni kágèrè dídú.
Kíkọ́ nǹkan dídú abẹ́ orí nǹkan.
Àìtọ́jú òótọ́ sí ni kágèrè dídú.
Kíkọ́ nǹkan dídú abẹ́ orí nǹkan.
CCTV tẹ ẹ̀fọ́ ló fi dá wa lójú.
Àbí ṣùgbọ́n ò sí o, ẹlẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o.
CCTV tẹ ẹ̀fọ́ ló fi dá wa lójú.
Tàbí ṣùgbọ́n ò sí o, ẹlẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o.
SEPT SEPT separate níbo lẹ ti rí.
Yorùbá ò gbà yín gbọ́ o, ẹlẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o.
SEPT separate níbo lẹ ti kó.
Yorùbá ò gbà yín gbọ́ o, ẹlẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o.
Ọmọ ìfòlóró ń gbé afurasí ni.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, yeah, video. Can you see one Nigeria? Shall one Nigeria? Shall we one? One Nigeria. Ẹ bá mi gbé sí wọn dáadáa màámi. Ẹ bá mi gbé fídíò yẹn sí wọn dáadáa. Ẹ bá mi gbé sí sáìn lọ́wọ́ wọn. Ẹ bá mi gbé sí sáìn lọ́wọ́ ṣe ti pé one Nigeria. Can you guys see one Nigeria flag? Ṣé ti rí kíní tí wọ́n ṣe? Mo rí mà. Ẹ bá mi sún mẹ́yìn díẹ̀. Ṣé ẹ rí? Ẹ ṣe mà. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn ṣé ẹ rí wọn? Ṣé ti rí bánà wọn Nàìjíríà tí wọ́n gbé dání? Ṣé ti rí bánà wọn Nàìjíríà tí wọ́n gbé dání? Ṣé ti rí? Ṣé ti bá yẹ pọ̀? Mọ́ mi bá mi fídíò rẹ̀ ẹ ṣe God bless you ma. God bless you ma. Ṣé bá yẹ pọ̀? Ṣé rí wọn Nàìjíríà ẹ bá yẹ pọ̀? Ṣé rí wọn Nàìjíríà? Ṣé èèyàn rí wọn Nàìjíríà? Ẹ ti rí àwọn òbí ẹ ti rí wọn. Ṣé ti rí wọn wọn Nàìjíríà? Wọ́n rí wọn màmú kan sọ ni. Ṣé ti rí wọn Nàìjíríà? Mommy, I was there yesterday. I'm tired. My husband is complaining bitterly. My husband is complaining bitterly. Ṣé ti rí bí wọ́n ṣe pọ̀? Ṣé ti rí pé wọ́n ṣe aṣọ? Wọ́n ṣe aṣọ. Wọ́n tún ṣe. Ọ̀dà. Ṣé ẹ gbọ́? Olórí burúkú ni ìyá ẹ̀ ló máa parẹ́. Kò ní dá fún ìyá ẹ̀. Ẹ bá mi sí spíkà kan máa gbọ́. Ó ní ká para wọn Nàìjíríà. Ẹ bá mi sí spíkà kò ní dá fún ìyá ẹ̀. Ṣé ẹ gbọ́? Ó ní àwọn ìyá Yorùbá àpárá wọn. Ó ní wọ́n Nàìjíríà làwọn fẹ́. Ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ gbọ́ sí? Mo ti lójú ẹ̀. Ṣé ẹ rí ojú wọn? Ṣé ẹ rí ojú àwọn tó ṣe wọ́n Nàìjíríà? Ṣàtìrí wọn wọ́n gbọ́ ojú wọn ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ tìrí wọn wọ́n gbọ́ ojú. Wọn ò ní ṣe ẹni tìfì lágbára ọlọ́ọ̀bá. Màmá ẹ̀ sọ fún wọn pé náà lọ ẹ fi sí spíkà ìyá wọn lọ́la kí wọ́n pàdé wa ẹ fi sí spíkà. Ṣé ẹ gbọ́ Yorùbá lẹ́nu àwọn wọn Nàìjíríà yà ń gbé àwọn Yorùbá sọ pé àwọn ìyá Yorùbá àpárá wọn Nàìjíríà làwọn máa ṣe. Ṣé ẹ gbọ́ Yorùbá lẹ́nu àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá? Ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ gbọ́ Yorùbá lẹ́nu àwọn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n ní wọ́n Nàìjíríà làwọn fẹ́. Ṣé ẹ gbọ́ Yorùbá lẹ́nu wọn? Wọ́n á yà wọ́n ní àmọ́. Mọ́mí ẹgbẹ́ sójú bàbá yẹn. A ti rójú ẹ̀. Ẹ ṣe.
Mo kí gbogbo wa pé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. A very good morning and a very, very fantastic one from our beautiful mother Yoruba that made us call our attention rather to what the government of Buhari, Tinubu, Rotimi Amechi, and every single one of them, because when we talk about Buhari, we need to also talk about all the APC that were also part and parcel of why millions of Nigerians are suffering today. A very good morning. Today is the 21st of September 2021. The time is exactly 8:56 a.m. and I welcome you all. I was not surprised. For some of us that knows, the evil of what Buhari and his cohort could do. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo kí wa o pé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. And I hope you've been able to look at the topic of today. The shame of APC, Al-Qaeda People's Party, where they've now decided that the only option that they have on the table is to stage. Yesterday, program yesterday, I told you that they were already preparing a rally ahead for Buhari that was already in plan. But before we go into that, let's play our anthem, because that is the most beautiful part of the program. Our anthem in the capable we have. You can deceive yourself and say, I'm a Nigerian, I'm a Nigerian, you are open deceive any. Ma deceive I'm a Nigerian, where Buhari has enough money to dish out to those that are homeless in America. Most of them do not even have opportunity to make it back to Nigeria, and they are ready to sell their birthright. But people like you that is still looking at this nasty nepotism government that have kept millions of Yorubas, the Biafrans, the Middle Belt, even those in the northern part of the country, but they have $50 to dish out in America, and then they will go and borrow more money. And you, one of Mumbawi, we love Buhari, we love Bubu. Orí gbogbo yín ti gbálẹ̀, ìyá máa jẹ ṣégbè sí yín lára ká tó gba Yorùbá nation. Ó bá béèrè owó àní fún yín lówó, because some of you at home are part of those supporting this Al-Qaeda People's Congress. Especially when you touch tó bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ti Tinubu. Ẹ má sọ̀rọ̀ lórí Tinubu o. Òun kọ́ ló lọ gbé Buhari wá. Òun àti kóhàtẹ̀. And now every one of you is seeing what is being played. One dish $50. One dish $50. Ẹ rí pé wọ́n ti ya wèrè. Mo kí gbogbo yín o, ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Let's go with the anthem first, and we come into the broadcast this morning. Sọ fún yín pé sẹ́, ní fún wọn nísìnyí. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn màmá tí wọ́n hold the stand before we play the anthem. Yesterday at that stage protest, a lot of people were worried. Ṣé kò sí Yorùbá kankan níbẹ̀ ni? A máa ṣàlàyé yẹn. Àlàyé wà lórí yẹn. Because àwọn tó fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ ẹbí, wọ́n ní lọ síbi táwa wà náà. Ṣé expect pé kọ́ wá lọ síbi táwa wà ní wọ́n lè lọ síbi táwa? They would have to go to a different corner. Tẹ́ bá rí ibi tó lọ yẹn, ó dàbí àtẹ́ pé kíyàn kàn lọ sí bá ṣe ń ṣe protest níwájú Downing Street táwọn ìyá wa kan náà lójoojúmọ́. À ń sọ fáwọn èèyàn kẹ́ máa jáde. It is our responsibility. Kò ń ṣe responsibility KOIKIMEDIA. Kò ń ṣe responsibility àwọn ìyá tó ń jáde. Every single one. Look, nobody is doing anybody's favour. Ẹ má rò pé a fẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation ni wọ́n ń ṣe ní favour. Olúkálukú ń ṣe rẹ̀ ní favour. Olúkálukú ń ṣe rẹ̀ ní favour. Èmi ṣe favour ara mi fún generation tèmi. Ẹ̀yin náà ṣe favour fúnra yín. Because tá a bá ń jókòó sílé, tá wà ní London, tí a lè sáré lọ sí iwájú number 10 Downing Street, a máa jókòó pẹ̀lú wọn for 10-20 minutes. Tá a lọ ṣe, ta ni yẹn ó ti rẹ̀ wá. But tá bá pè wá fún another extra shift, a lè lọ. And the same thing goes with àwọn tó wà l'America. But àwọn tí wọ́n gba permit ti UN. Àwọn tó gba permit ti UN. Àwọn tó gba permit ti UN. Ó nídìí tí wọ́n ṣe gba permit. You can't just go. you can't just go out. Anyway, let's play the anthem first before we go into all that. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i, mo kí gbogbo wa pé ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ káàbọ̀, ẹ káàsán. Níbikíbi tí ẹ ti láǹfààní àti ìjókòó láti tún fẹ́ gbọ́ wa ní wákàtí. Orúkọ tèmi ni Ọláyọmí Kóìkì tí gbogbo wa mọ̀ sí KOIKIMEDIA. We bring the world closer to your doorstep, making use of our platform. Full 100%. Any day, anytime. Lóru ni, lọ́sàn-án ni, platform yìí a máa wà níbẹ̀ láti defend, láti promote, láti make sure pé campaign Yoruba Nation kò ní wá sílẹ̀. Búùbù ò bá kó gbogbo dọ́là Nàìjíríà kó kó lọ Amẹ́ríkà kò lè bọ́ sí fún. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ màmá wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan ṣiṣẹ́ Yorùbáwuyì that called the attention of so many of us. Pé ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́, ó ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ o. Èmi wá ń sọ pé èmi ti rí tẹ́lẹ̀. Ṣé rí, when we say we are media is one of the most difficult jobs because you are looking for news, especially ẹ máa káàkiri bí ọṣẹ oníwòlímọ̀ láti lọ wo kí ló ń sọ because tábàní àkànṣe Yorùbá Nation àti Yorùbá Nation now tí a wá lọ wo àwọn tí ó ṣeéṣe pé wọ́n lè máa gbé contract fún bí media ẹgbẹ́ tiwa. And that's why I will go to somebody like, I mean, I haven't done that this morning, but let's just do the same thing like I would normally do. A media man will also be looking for, especially àti àwọn tí wọ́n lè gbé iṣẹ́ kan fún, whether they were paid or not, I do not know to that. But what I know is, àwọn náà lè náà ṣiṣẹ́ tiwọn, but we know that Dele Momodu, Bob D, is somebody that the government will continue to give information to put out because of his followers and those that knows it around the globe. So what you mọ̀ pé ó ṣeé káwọn èèyàn lọ sórí page ẹ̀. And the same thing goes with Linda Keji and so many of them. They do not literally have to promote Yoruba Nation, but we know that their platform is being used constantly, frequently to promote, especially, the ovation, because we know, that is somebody that has his own interest, whether in support of this government or not support of this government. That is not what we are talking about. But as a media platform himself that has a huge followers, the government would like to put information on its portal so that people can see. And yesterday, before what happened in New York, I knew and I saw it on his page that there was going to be a rally held. Well, she sent the rally yesterday, Koiki o, ìwọ náà ṣà ń sọ̀rọ̀, òun máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá Nation, ìwọ náà gba information yìí dání, kó sọ fáwọn èèyàn tiẹ̀ náà pé a máa ṣe rally ní New York. Adé mọ̀ pé ó kẹfẹ́ ṣe rally, nothing wrong in that. It does look, let's say this, wọ́n bá ṣe rally, it is their right fáwọn tó wà l'Amẹ́ríkà láti ṣe rally. So kí ẹ̀kọ́ wa máa sọ pé wọn ò ní right, a gbọ́dọ̀ sọ yẹn. A ní láti sọ yẹn. But yesterday, this was posted on Chief Dele Momodu page. And that is his personal page, not even the Ovation page. I saw it there yesterday. One Nigeria peace rally going to be held tomorrow, 22nd of September, till the 24th. People Buhari máa fi máa sọ̀rọ̀ ní United Nations from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Kí ni ìdí tó ṣe organize eléyìí? What is the purpose of it? Kí ló wà behind it? Kí ni nǹkan tó fẹ́ gain nínú ẹ̀ is because they want to prove to so many of us that have prepared and organized and been going for rally peacefully since September 14th that àwọn náà ní right láti ṣe rally. There's no doubt about that. Nobody should say ǹjẹ́ wọ́n ní right wọ́n ní right. Nobody has any right to say that. Wọ́n ní right láti ṣe rally, but what they've done is they've hired Nigerians and non-Nigerians to come and counter the reality at home. The reality at home is genocide is being committed by Nigerian government, sponsored by the Buhari government and the APC, and everyone included as an APC member. Whether it's Sanwo-Olu is the APC member, is also part of the genocide happening in Nigeria. Whether it's Dapo Abiodun is also part of the genocide. Whether it is Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, he is also part of the genocide because they are part and parcel of this government, even though he might be PDP. Whether it is Ekiti, Fáyẹmí, gbogbo wọn lọgbẹ ní London rí. Fáyẹmí ó wà kábúkábú, ẹni Kóìkì ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. But now that they've become a governor, kí ló ṣe sí ọ̀dọ̀ wa, then they're allowing the killings from the Fulani to kill people in Ekiti. It does nothing. Most of them don't even sleep in the state. Whether it is the one in Osun State, whether it is the one in Kwara, coming down to Kogi, going down to Ondo State, they are all the same bloody thieves. Ó lè ní gbogbo wọn. And they are part and parcel of this government. So when you now see the image tó ń jáde, ẹ̀dọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń pariwo, hey, àwọn kan ń ṣe rally o, hey, àwọn kan ń ṣe rally o, ṣé kò sí Yorùbá, ibo làwọn Yorùbá, keep quiet, keep quiet, ẹ má fúnra yín ní high blood pressure kankan. Because Yorùbá ò gbọdọ̀ lọ síbi tí wọ́n fún wa ní license. Ibi tó bá fún wa ní license la máa lọ. You don't expect us to go to where we are not giving license. Bọ́bá fún yàn ní license pé ibi ìbàyìí ni kẹ́ dúró sí o, kẹ́ fi ṣe rally yín o, peaceful rally tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe o, so that gbogbo èèyàn á lè mọ̀ pé ẹ̀ ń ṣe rally o. And we've been doing so, especially in United Nations building wá jẹ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ibi tí yàn kọ́ máa káàkiri left and right. So when you go and look on our page, tó bá ń follow page wa dáadáa, wàá rí pé apart from lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan tá a bá ń fi other news, gbogbo okay, it looks like Baba wa ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́. Let's cross over to that quickly. It looks like this is the live. Let's go straight.
We have the manpower. Let us do it. And so many of us invested our life. The Unity Party of Nigeria. We had great ideas for Nigeria. We even reached a point at which young professors like myself began to brag that we were going to build Nigeria into the black man's world power of modern times. Well, it didn't work. The decline continued, the retrogression continued. And it has reached a point now that Nigeria is no longer really a country. Why do I say it's no longer a country? There is no other country in the world where one section, one region says we are going to conquer the rest. The Fulani leadership of the North is now sponsoring their men to go to use cattle, to weaponize cattle and poverty, to go and subdue the South and the Middle Belt. That we are the only such country in the world today, probably the only such country anywhere, anytime in the history of the world, that one section is saying we are going to conquer you, we are going to subdue you, we will not let you go. We will make ourselves the controllers and owners of the resources of your land. We will treat you more or less like slaves.
Prof, well, let me ask you this. Have you been able to galvanize young Nigeria into your movement? Because at 86 now, you know that yes, time is very limited. Yes, so
86 is an unusual age to be leading what I'm leading now. But I am a product of my history. My highest political intervention in Nigeria was under Chief Awolowo. And that is a purposeful leadership of the most sublime kind. I cannot rob myself. I cannot rob that out of my life. I am a product of the Awolowo idea and dedication and sacrifice. It is a pity that I went away. Well, it's not a pity. I went away because I was unhappy with the way Nigeria was being run. Nigeria was descending into corruption and lawlessness, and power of government was being used for illegalities, and I could not stand it. I left. My friends were angry with me. They said, oh, let's stand and win elections. So they won the election in 1993, and the election was abrogated. And then a dictatorship of the most hideous type descended upon Nigeria under Abacha. And my friends who had said I should not have left home were now rushing to all over the world. And I had many of them, come to stay with me and so on. So, no. Yes, I'm doing it at a late age. But if I do not do this, I do not want to go to my grave with the feeling that the country that I loved and gave my life to is dying in my presence, and I just stayed there until the power of God comes to take me home. No. I want to be able to say to myself, I fought a good fight. And when I see Chief Awolowo, I'm sure that he will open his eyes and welcome me as a good boy. Yes, I have to do this now. I have to do this now. Okay, and we have involved large, now it is for the youth actually, it's not for me. The other day, one of them called your leader. I said, don't call me leader, I'm not your leader. You are the leaders. I am just your father. I will guide you, I will help you. I will show you the path to success. But I don't feel like your leader, I feel like your father. That's it.
Okay, Prof, you spoke earlier on about the perceived or the alleged marginalization of the Yoruba race within Nigeria. But you had the likes of Olusegun Obasanjo, who ruled this country for about 11 years, although non-consecutive, 8 years as a military president and about 3 years 8 years as a civilian and 3 years as a general. And then you have the vice president, Yemi Osinbajo, who is from the Southwest. And also there are already talks that in the next 2 years, Southwest will take over again as the president of this nation. So where does the marginalization you talk about, where does it come in?
You are talking of the superficialities, the superficials. The realities are different. Whoever rules Nigeria rules in the context of a country that is owned and dominated by the North. By North, I mean the Northwest. And so, Obasanjo as president, under him, the northern elite combated the North against the constitution of Nigeria into a separate Islamic state. Obasanjo could not do anything about it. He could not. Under him, a Fulani intellectual wrote a paper for the Center for Democratic Development, for Democratic Research and Development in Abuja, to say that the nationalities, the ethnic groups of Nigeria are not nationalities at all. And that was a treatise in 2 pieces that was written for CEDAT, the Center for Democratic Research and Development, under the presidency of General Obasanjo in 2001, I think 2000 to 2001. And to say that the Yoruba are not a nation, the Igbo are not a nation, The Urobo are just a congeries of fragments and so on. That parts of the people who now call themselves Igbo are not Igbo until recently, and began to drag down all the nations other than the people of the North. Listen, and Obasanjo could not do anything about it. That was a dangerous philosophy that was being foisted upon Nigeria, and nobody did anything about it. And it is the dominant philosophy of the people who rule Nigeria today. So you'd say Obasanjo, yes, Obasanjo has been, he's a beloved son of the Yoruba people. We love him and so on. But we know that he was ruling in a situation in which the president of Nigeria was beholding on to powers under the table that the rest of us could not do anything about, that he himself could not do anything about. And that's Obasanjo, not to come and talk of Vice President Oshibajo. Oshibajo is one of the most educated men who ever took part in the governance of Nigeria. See the things he's doing. Is he doing them free will? Would a man of his caliber, of his intellectual and religious caliber, go abroad to go and say that when we say kidnapping is happening in the Western region, that we are lying? That the world must not believe us. When they make a noise about kidnapping, we go and investigate and we find that there's nothing at the bottom of it. Is that true? Do we know that to be true? He's reported to have made another statement a few weeks ago to the effect that people say they are killing. I don't know, you know. I hope he didn't make that statement, but he's alleged to have made it. I don't know what's the big deal about people being killed in Nigeria. What is the big deal if Nigerians go to bed hungry and so on? Why do you think he's doing all of that?
We can't really confirm that he's made those statements.
Pardon?
So we can't really confirm he made those statements.
Yeah, okay, but the one he did in London, in America, we can confirm it. You know, a man of his level going to the marketplace to distribute pennies to traders. Listen, we are living under a system that has become rigid and powerful. And there is no president of Nigeria. Jonathan was a Southerner. What could he do? So let us not deceive ourselves. This man is president, that man is vice president, that man is senator, and so it's all the superficials. The inner making of the system is more powerful than all of that.
All right, Prof. You're said to be in Benin Republic currently, helping to coordinate Sunday Igboho's defense. I just want to find out from you, what's the update on that, on Sunday Igboho's travel in Benin Republic?
He's here and he's safe. And we finally got him to be decently treated. I don't know how soon he will leave, but I know that someday he will leave. And I and others and a few other leaders who have agreed to come so we can stay and fight his cause are here. And we will be here until he goes wherever he chooses to go in the world.
All right, Prof. One of your major supporters, Chief Femi Fani-Kayode, who was among those, supporting the Yoruba agitation, has now crossed to the APC and he's working closely with the president now. Doesn't this affect the movement in any way?
Chief Fani-Kayode is a younger brother of mine whom I respect a lot. But I want you to know, I want the rest of the world to know that he was never part of the Yoruba self-determination struggle. He was never part of the Yoruba self-determination struggle. I love him, I respect him, but that of the Yoruba self-determination struggle.
Okay. the reason I asked this question is that some 3 months ago, Sunday Igboho said that Akintoye is strongly with them. That's what he said. He said it's strongly.
Yes, you know, in the excitement of the running around, people say quite things that when you look at them closely, they are not entirely true. Yeah, you know, as I said, Akintoye is a very attractive brother of ours. So we would have loved for him to have come and joined us. He would have been a great asset, but he chose not to do so. That's okay. That doesn't diminish my admiration and love for him at all.
The presidency said you are organizing violent rallies along with IPOB, which it has designated a terrorist organization. Don't you fear now that your organization could also be termed a terrorist one?
Two answers there. The first, that we have made it clear from day one that we are a group, that our struggle in Yoruba land in the southwest of Nigeria will be peaceful and law-abiding, and we have stayed with that. I even wrote a manual for the struggle, a book that is now circulating. We published it in February this year, and now it is circulating to the news media all over the world. We are a thoroughly, intellectually, thoroughly peaceful and law-abiding movement. When our young people decided to, it isn't there in the manual. If you are going to hold a rally, you must make sure that you do it in a peaceful manner. Never regard the police as your enemy. They are not our enemies. They are doing a job because they have to work. But that doesn't make them our enemies. And we held a huge rally of about 1.2 million people in Ibadan, a larger rally in Abeokuta, a much larger rally still in Osogbo, and a larger rally than Osogbo in Akure, and the largest rally to date in Ado-Ekiti. And there was no illegality, there was no violence, there was no conflict with the police, nobody was arrested, nobody was wounded, no property was damaged. I think we established by those 5 major rallies, what we proudly call them mega rallies. We established very clearly that we're a peaceful organization. We are peaceful. We operate by peaceful means. We also operate by using the law of the land. We use the power of the law of the land to fight our cause. So we are not, we know the laws of this world. The United Nations, the African Union, the European Union, and so on, all have charters in which they proclaim very clearly that every nationality in the world has a right to self-determination, that they are free to try to assert their self-determination, and that when they try to do that, the government of the country to which they belong must not try to impede them, must not, for instance, begin to infringe upon their human rights, and must not take the military to their land. But that these declarations do not entitle any nationality, any people in the world to start insurrection in the country to which they belong or to engage in illegal and violent actions. We know that. That is very clearly pasted up in our secretariat everywhere. We have a right to demand, to assert our self-determination. We have a right to organize rallies peacefully. The government of Nigeria has no right to stop our rallies. We have a right to propagate our belief.
Yes, Prof. But what of the IPOB connection? IPOB connection.
But you see, in only one thing has iPod showed up, IPOD has chosen its own path, chose its own path. I am talking of the Yoruba path, where Yoruba say our cause is noble, therefore we pursue it by the noble path. That's the Yoruba state. It's in our manifesto. But IPOD and the bright young men who are following him in the East, in the Golan, think that they can get what they want by violence. We Yoruba don't believe that. We have always made it clear that we do not work with IPOD. However, if we join an alliance that is organized like NINAS, Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, does not have any relationship with IPOD. But if NINAS is organizing a rally, and the young men who belong to IPOD come there, I don't think that their friends in Yoruba land and in the Middle Belt would tell them, go away, you don't belong here. No, I don't think so. So there being there is no proof at all that we have made an alliance with a violent organization. We have not. We are a resolutely and intellectually peaceful and law-abiding organization.
All right, Prof. The presidency has appealed to the media not to focus on separatist protests at the United Nations General Assembly. What is it that you are planning there? Because the belief is that you are all trying to embarrass the president who has gone to the UN General Assembly in the interest of Nigerians. What is the essence of your protest there at the General Assembly?
I am sure that you are talking to any of our members, even the youngest person will tell you we don't aim to embarrass anybody. Our manual says we will act always with respect, with careful respect for the laws of Nigeria, for the government of Nigeria. Not embarrassing anybody. We are not trying to embarrass anybody. We need to let the world know what is happening to us and what we desire. That's what we are doing. We are not embarrassing anybody.
All right. Just 2 days ago, the Northern Elders Forum, they said the North, they have the numbers to continue to rule the nation. And they are opposed to what the Southern Governors Forum has been saying, that is demanding that power returns to the South in 2023. Well, on the side, you are fighting for agitation, for succession now. Currently, Nigerian law doesn't even accommodate referendum. So don't you think it's better for you to support a presidential candidate now or a party that will support your cause so that in 2023 you can push for constitutional amendment? Don't you think so?
I have said it before. The presidency of Nigeria, who is president, who is not president, is immaterial in the situation. We have chosen our path. We want to have a separate country of our own that we can run like a modern country, not like some primitive enterprise with public officials acting as if they are above the law, and with human development declining all the time. We do not want to end up in our southwest, in the Yoruba homeland, with educated Almajiri. No, we want our young men to come back home and develop their country into one of the most glistering countries in the world. We are capable of getting that done. We can surprise the world if we have a chance to rule ourselves. That's what we are asking for. That's what we are aiming for. We are not, in the business of embarrassing anybody or and so on. No. We are on a noble course, and we are pursuing it in the noblest of ways.
But don't you fear that if the North retains power in 2023, your cause becomes more or less a pipe dream.
If whether the North retains power or not, whether the South gets what they call power in Nigeria or not, we want what we want. We don't want to be part of Nigeria anymore. That's all. And there is no looking back about that. Our cause is simple. So all these questions about the politics of Nigeria, who becomes president, who doesn't become president, has nothing to do with us. Nothing, absolutely. And as to referendum, the Constitution of Nigeria may not make any statement about referendum. Most constitutions in the world don't say anything about referendum. But the path to referendum is clear. The path to referendum is clear. When we make our case strong enough, the world will listen, and the United Nations will come along and organize and supervise a referendum to find out whether what we are saying is what most of our people want. And when that happens, we will have our country the next day. That's it. The Constitution of Nigeria doesn't have to talk about a referendum. And even if it talks about a referendum, we know that the people who are ruling Nigeria will never let us carry out a referendum.
Right. Thank you so much, Prof. We've been speaking with Professor Banji Akintoye, leader of the Yoruba, who's fighting for the secession of the Southwest Nigeria as an
It's fighting for a new Yoruba country.
New Yoruba country. So thank you all for joining us this morning. Our entire chat has been recorded live as well. You can go back to the Punch page on Facebook, share, like, comment. Thank you so much, Prof, for joining us this Tuesday.
Thank you for asking me to come.
Enjoy it.
Well, I think we were just very lucky to catch that while we were live on our own broadcast, and I'd like to appreciate our father, Professor Banji Akintoye. Let's hear this. Somebody just sent this to me as well. Let's quickly hear it, and then we come into the broadcast.
Consumption tax is within state purview, and that in that wise, whatever some of us will suffer, on those state people will suffer, we are not going to be earning what we are now, but we are talking about principle. The principle of it is what we live by. Southern Governors Forum has taken a decision, and I believe that all of us will stand by it in all honesty. But you got to an area, this is where issue of federalism that we have been shouting about comes in. Yeah, talking about we have gas. Gas, can we operate the gas on our own? We cannot.
Okay, bear with me. Not sure what is going on with the page of the network. Let's go back again. Not sure what is going on. Whether it's hang. Seems it's hang. Okay, we'll go back into it again. Sorry about that. We started all over again. A very good morning and welcome as you're joining and settling into the broadcast this morning. While we are discussing the protest in America, we heard that Professor Akintoye was live, and we have to cross over to that quickly. So let's go back to
that. Looking at the Constitution, clear in its provision, falls within state. Consumption tax is within state purview, and that in that wise, whatever some of us will suffer, on those state people will suffer, we are not going to be earning what we are now, but we are talking about principle. The principle of it is what we live by. Southern Governors Forum has taken a decision, and I believe that all of us will stand by it in all honesty. But you got to an area, this is where issue of federalism that we have been shouting about comes in. Yeah, talking about we have gas. Gas, can we operate the gas on our own? We cannot. We are oil producing. Is it not the amount of oil they say they get from us and they give us money on? Are we even able to determine the amount of oil that comes from our wells? We cannot. If we have bitumen, yes we do. Now, if federal government does not give license, you cannot exploit. So what is going to happen? So if we are left to all this on our own, to look at and invite investors, we might make more money. But everybody we have to go to Abuja to get license, we have to go to Abuja to gas, we have to go to Abuja to do this, and the licenses are not even forthcoming. So with such circumstance, that's where we are clamoring for federalism. Like, okay, if I have this, if, as you have said, which is clear that we have mineral deposits in Ondo State. If Ondo State is clearly in control of it, then things will be better. But for now, everything has to do with federal. So it's a big problem, and that's what we are saying. Let us be in charge of whatever we have.
Let us be in charge of whatever we have. I'm not sure the Fulani government wants that, and our governors would have to realize that a Yoruba nation, as we are clamoring for, is the only option that can give them that opportunity. Let them shout from now to tomorrow. Fulani government would rather spend more money for those in America to protest against us. Let them spend, more talking and talking. The Fulani government that everybody knows, even, Aketi himself knows, just like every one of them. But value added tax, let us get our resources. Killer are not fight for. I want to be given priority as a Yoruba man, as against anybody. What in Britain? Oh, back Benny Louis. I will go back to the rally conversation. Ko Benny Louis for 40 years. Ona on share country or live point because almost history. History that because you are not a full-blown British. You can have British passport does not mean you can work in some places, and I'm sure some of you know. Cherry NI number don't fwa. The back end alphabet has a meaning, but that's not where we're going. DSS is still holding Lady K, Ifeoluwa, and Jamiu Noah. The question is, why are they holding them? Kini offense one? Ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wo ló ṣe? Thank you very much, Bashir Mustafa. Good morning, Michael Godwin. Good morning, Muiwa Moses Olaitan. Good morning to all our mothers, Jamiu, Jumai, Kudurat, Lawa, Mufin Daruko, Muki, Celestia, K&S, Redeem, Pentecost, every religion and every Babalawo and Onisheshewa. Olojo Festival is around the corner, and only if we get the support, we would also be making our way there from KOIKIMEDIA perspective. So Olojo Festival, I think our king, I will be talking about that, has gone into what they call a confinement. And I hope our spirit will talk to Kabiesi that they should make a better decision before it is too late. One not till I see Ikwebi, Abi, Chekwebi na Bokwebi, Konomejeji. I'll tell you a little bit more about that. Abiodun Bioku, I say good morning. Moki gbogbo ente wa ní Ogun State, gbogbo èèyàn mọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire tẹ́ wà ní Port Harcourt, ní Benin Republic. Gbọ́ tí bàbá wa ti sọ̀rọ̀ nísìn. There's one point I picked up from most of the conversation. Tí Professor Banji Akintoye fi bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan. There's one point he said, and that is something that must be behind every sons and daughters of Yorubas, wherever we are. Kò sí bó ṣe lè le kókókókó. Koiki, àwọn kan máa ti ń protesti, àrí Yorùbá kankan níbẹ̀, kí ló ń ṣe? Nǹkan kan ṣẹlẹ̀. Ohun búbú, ohun Buhari ló ṣe ń ṣe yẹn. Bọ́ bàbá wa, Akintoye, kọ́nà túbọ̀ lọ rẹ̀ mí bàbá fún wa, kí bàbá pẹ́ dáadáa fún wa. He said something in that interview táṣẹ wò tán, no looking back. Mo tún ṣe ẹ̀kọ́ yẹn nísìnyí, ẹ mọ̀ pé no going back la máa ń sọ. No, wo àtijọ́ tẹsẹ̀ bọ eléyìí, kò ń ṣe pé ìwọ tó ń wò mí nísìn nígbà tí APC bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń lùlù àti PDP gbẹgbẹgbẹgbẹ ládùúgbò ìgbà yẹn ló máa gbàgbé pé Yorùbá nation ló fẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ kan Yorùbá nation la fẹ́ jẹ́ kan gangan Yorùbá nation la fẹ́ ìgbà yẹn ló máa dúró sógun ló máa gbàgbé àwọn tó ra mọ́tò fún ní 1999 nígbà tí Ọbásanjọ́ tó ń campaign mọ́tò yẹn nísìn ó ti wà ní orí odó ọmọdé owó epo petrol yẹn ó ti wọ́n jù. So let's come back to the reality. lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí a kí àwọn màmá tí wọ́n jáde lánàá tó fi di pé everybody was aware of kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lamẹ́ríkà, kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní New York. Nothing was happening because we have people that were on ground fully every blessed day. And it's not just the 2 days. I think a lot of people thought it was a 2 days rally. No. So for 2 days rally. It was an ongoing rally that will continue till October 1st. But the 2 days was also very, very important. Just like any other day. There's still more rally coming up. So let us understand that there's still more rally coming up. So it is not just about a 2 days or 3 days rally. No. Permit to there fún wọn, because a lot of people were probably confused or war more. Tó bá fún yàn ní permit nílùú òyìnbó pé ibi báyìí ni kẹ́ jókòó sí, ibi báyìí láti máa ṣe rally ta ní ẹ fẹ́ ṣe. You cannot then move away from there and sọ pé no. Èmi ò like ibi báyìí. Àbí pé torí àwọn kan ti jáde tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ against wa tó dẹ̀ wà ní. Yes, I mean àwọn mélòó méjì kankan lè lọ síbẹ̀. But the reality is ibi tá gba license sí gangan la máa dúró sí. So èyí tí Buhari àti àwọn APC, and when I say APC, that includes every governor that is APC, every politician that is APC. It just kò ṣe Buhari nìkan. But let us show you this, because they have been there every day and they continue to be there. And they will be there again this morning. They will be there tomorrow. The question is, ṣé they were around in New York? Ṣé iná lè darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn?
My
This
Yoruba
is
people,
part of those
all
that were
my
there.
Igbo people, all my Middle Belter people. This is me and this my sisters right here at the dark part. Today is Monday, September 20. Today is Monday, September 20. Today is Monday, September 20. I'm raising a special appeal to all my Yoruba brothers and sisters. I'm raising a special appeal to all my Middle Belter brothers and sisters. I'm raising a special appeal to all my Lower Niger.
Thank you very much. I will just say, Àyìnà, ó ti mọ̀rẹ́, gbogbo àwọn tájọ gbé ní. You want tea and bread? Okay, ito jẹ́ òtítọ́, but I'm on. Àjọ wà ní phase 2 ni. I just spotted that now, and I have to say thank you very much for joining.
Congress brothers and sisters, the Igbos from the South, the Bayelsa, the Maso people. I am broadcasting live coverage, live and direct. This is United Nations headquarters building in New York. We all need to come out from tomorrow, Tuesday, the 21st of September, for this Nina's organized 1 million man Freedom March Rally. Nina organized 1 million man Freedom March mega rally to put terrorists Muhammadu Buhari or Fulani government of Nigeria to shame. Okay, the United Nations 76th General Assembly is just gathering momentum. Today is the hottest week. Look behind me. You will see NYPD cars. Millions of NYPD here this week, including the United States Security Services, men and women, including the NYPD officers, including the U.S. Marine. We need to come out. The majority of the world leaders are staying in this hotel across from United Nations. I have seen a lot of them being secured as VIP by the security forces of United. They were literally walking from this hotel across to the United Nations building. We cannot miss tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We need our people to come out if we will get this Yoruba nation. I am live broadcasting on my Facebook, Odua Media, for the past 4 hours now. I have been at this dark park. This is the dark park where we got, this is the dark park, okay, where we have permit for our 1 million man march. There is police all over.
Please always remember that I'm broadcasting from home. We're not in lossy school like me. Lossy school. Woman lossy school. Millions of Nigerian children are out of school. àwọn àgbàlagbà ti lọ, ọmọdé ń lọ, gbogbo ilé kọ̀ọ̀kan nísìnyí yàtọ̀ sáwọn ọmọ tó máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní bí aago 12, àwọn kan máa ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ láago 12, àwọn kan máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ láàárọ̀, ṣọmọ tiẹ̀ ti lọ sí school. So tá a bá wá gbọ́ gbogbo ilé ètò evangelist Ige ṣe, but màmá wa tí a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn call our attention quickly to something else that was happening around the corner ní Ẹ̀gbẹ́ tí kò ní kankan ṣe pẹ̀lú Yorùbá nation, tí ìjọba Buhari APC tí ó fi lọ́ọ́ fún owó fáwọn èèyàn ní $50. And this is how it all happened when Yorubawuyi, our beautiful mother, was live. But somebody called her, àwọn màmá lálùbáríkà, àwọn màmá tí Ọlọ́run máa bá wa dúró tì, nítorí pé àwọn ló tètè já wa sí pé ibo lẹ́wọ̀ ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá, wọ́n ti kówó fún wọn. But I told you nígbà tá à ń ṣe broadcast kó tó di pé àwọn màmá wa Yorubawuyi ṣe show tiwọn nírọ̀lẹ́, because we are working together. Àwọn lè máa sùn nísìn, by the time tó máa fi dọ́wọ́ ọ̀sán díẹ̀ nísìn, àwọn náà máa dìde, ó dà nǹkan tẹ ọ̀rẹ́ nǹkan ṣòkòtò gidi lọ́ máa wọ̀ lé ní wọn láwọn lọ́bẹ̀ lénìí. Ọlọ́run bá wà pẹ̀lú wọn, Ọlọ́run bá wà pẹ̀lú gbogbo wa. But every one of us, àwọn ìyá kan wà náà bẹ́ẹ̀ ní London tó ń jáde lójoojúmọ́ láti jọ́ tó ti lọ rédí ilé bàbá wa Chief Sunday Igboho. Ẹlòmíì wà ní London yìí, ó ń gbàbẹ̀ kọjá, ó ń fi wọ́n rẹ́rìn ni tó dà bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹlòmíì wà ní London yìí, ó ti gba tó bá ní tí home office bá ní kí a wá síwájú number 10 Downing Street láàárọ̀ yìí pé ta bá mọ ẹni tí a lè fún níwèé bọ̀kọ̀ wá bá gbà wà láìta láì súnmọ́ bí láì gbogbo bẹ̀yẹn ànírí ọ̀nà fi kọjá. Tí home office ìlú yìí, èmi mọ̀ ti Amẹ́ríkà, but tí immigration ìlú yìí bá sọ pé tó bá mọ̀yàn tó ò níwèé tó lè wá fún wa ní orúkọ ẹ̀, a dẹ̀ guarantee pé a máa fún ẹnìyẹn níwèé, even though pamọ́ pé ìkànnì British ń ṣe kò jẹ́ káwa máa jà fúnwèé nílùú yìí. Ẹlòmíì ń jà fún 14 years, ẹlòmíì 20 years, ẹlòmíì 25 years, ẹlòmíì sì wà lórí tiẹ̀ báyìí nísìnyí. Àwa náwó. By the time tó máa fi fún ẹ níwèé yẹn gan sẹ́ẹ̀, you know, Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí ìwọ gan ní agbára láti fi ṣiṣẹ́ kankan mọ́. Tó bá wá tí wá ṣe òtún wá lè lọ sílé, because gbogbo wàhálà tó fẹ́ ṣe ilé ò ṣe dé sí mọ́. Lady K must be free. Àwọn òkú méjèèjì tó pa, we must get them back. A fẹ́ òkú yẹn padà. Whatever the state of the bodies of those dead individuals that were killed on the 1st of July. But in terms of gbogbo wa ni pé tá bá ti ń pariwo pé rally máa wáyé, kò mí pé ìjọ kan la fẹ́ fi ṣe, especially tó bá jẹ́ a continuous rally. Irú October 1st nísìn, ọjọ́ kan ni, but àwọn èèyàn ti ń lọ sí rally station ground. Kódà bàbá wa Akintoye ní on the 20th of July, wọ́n fún wa ní instruction. Bàbá wa lè sọ pé no looking back. Wọ́n fún wa ní instruction that we must continue to do what they call picketing. Kí ló ń pè ní picketing? Àwọn union ló máa ń sábà lò ní all over the world. Wọ́n pè ní picketing. Okay, ẹ jẹ́ kó tó di pé tí ọmọ yín máa tútù, ọmọdé lọ bá wọn mẹ̀ díẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ níbí báyìí lọ.
Ṣé gbọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá ló ń sọ ó ní ẹ̀bá àkútán wọn Nàìjíríà la fẹ́. Ó ní ẹ̀bá àkútán wọn Nàìjíríà làwọn fẹ́. Ó ní ẹ̀bá àkútán, ṣé gbọ́ tó sọ ọmọ Yorùbá ló sọ̀rọ̀ o. Ó ní ẹ̀bá àkútán wọn Nàìjíríà la fẹ́. Ṣé tí wọ́n ju wọn? Màmí ẹ ṣé, God bless you. God bless you ẹ ní dààmú. Àwọn frustrated Yorùbá living in abroad. Nàìjíríà ò gbé wọn, ìlú òyìnbó ò tún gbé wọn. Àwọn oníṣẹ́, oníyà.
Àwọn ọmọ tẹ̀ náà ti jẹun nílé láàárọ̀ yìí. Ìwọ tó ń wò mí. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn màmá wa.
Ẹ̀rí wèrè tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé ẹ̀bá àkútán wọn Nàìjíríà làwọn fẹ́.
Ẹ gbọ́.
Màmí
wa ṣe
mo dúpẹ́.
Ẹ̀mí náà kí wọn láti dúpẹ́.
God bless you.
Ẹ̀mí náà kí wọn lágbára
Ọlọ́run. Ní
Ọlọ́run.
agbára Ọlọ́run ọba, à á pàdé lọ́la lágbára Ọlọ́run.
Àmín.
Ọlọ́run.
Ìyá wa nìyẹn Yorùbáwùyí, kọ́lọ̀ túbọ̀ bá ń dẹ́rù ti gbogbo wa tí a jọ ń ṣe iṣẹ́ yìí. Bọ̀tẹ́ bá rántí láàásán nígbà táwa ń bá ètò lọ, mo ti post ẹ̀ látàárọ̀. Àárọ̀ àná ni mo post kíní pé lórí péjì bàbá wa Délé Mọ̀mọ́dù ni mo ti rí One Nigeria Peaceful Rally. Ṣé àwọn ọmọ tiẹ̀ náà ti jẹun nílé láàárọ̀ yàbó ṣe ń pariwo mọ́ wọn? Má máa pariwo mọ́ wọn, ìjọba búbu ni. Dẹ́kẹ̀mẹ̀ mo tí tí àti brush bread ni. Sáwọn ọmọ tiẹ̀ náà ti jẹun. Poverty ló fẹ́ ṣe yín léṣe nílé. jẹ́ fi wọ̀n ẹ́ o lè má ì tí ì rí mo ń bọ̀ má bínú ẹ̀ tẹ́ ń wò mí tá a bá sọ pé poverty wọ́n jẹ́ kẹ́ ló ń jẹjẹ òṣìwọ̀n tó máa fún ẹ ní owó òun wá politician bàbá àgbàlagbà máa mú ẹ wá báyìí so that kí n máa fi parí tí àti búrẹ́dì tí mo rán fi ń kàn báyìí ẹlòmíà ní yíyàmà òun láìkì tí kan máa fi kan búrẹ́dì problem tẹ nìyẹn kò ṣe problem tèmi nítorí olúkálukú bá fẹ́ ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni ṣó ti rí 86 million yín láàárọ̀ ìkò tí ìròyìn jẹjẹ 86 million Buhari wá lọ ń pín dọ́là ó lọ ń pín dọ́là fún wọn ní Amẹ́ríkà nígbà tí 86 million tí ẹ̀rọ ń jẹjẹ wọ́n rí owó láti lọ fún àwọn kan ní dọ́là lamẹ́ríkà kọ́ máa fi stage protest fake tẹ́bí tí Nàìjíríà bá dání tó yẹ kọ́ máa sanwó fáwọn èèyàn a máa play audio yẹn nísìn wáyé tí bá tẹ̀ ń jẹ lé ẹ jẹ́ kí n sáré play audio yẹn mo fẹ́ kẹ́ máa wò mí ní ẹ máa wẹnu mi ó dùn yànmùyàn ó dùn yànmùyàn ṣọ́mọ tiẹ̀ ti lọ skul láàárọ̀ yìí àbóṣì wà nílé 13 million ṣọ́mọ tiẹ̀ ti lọ sí skul láàárọ̀ yìí àbóṣì wà nílé ìjọba mujẹmujẹ ẹni sùúrù o ẹ jẹ́ ká tó wá play ṣe rí i pé mo ti play video evangelist Ige is there every day ojoojúmọ́ ló fi wà níbẹ̀ ojoojúmọ́ is been there every blessed day kò sú wọn kò rẹ̀ wọ́n but something now pop up nírọ̀lẹ́ while I'm going to play that audio ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ lọ play audio yẹn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa ti gbọ́ audio yẹn ẹlòmíì ò tí ì gbọ́ ẹ wá realize pé so in tó ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan nìyẹn because àárọ̀ àná ni Chief Dele Momodu ti post eléyìí sórí page wọn ẹ rí i pé one day ago lánàá lèmi ti rí láàárọ̀ pé wọ́n máa ṣe rally lamẹ́ríkà so I was not surprised because àwọn kan máa gba contract yẹn normal nìyẹn ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ audio yẹn ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́ together ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́ together. So n tí mo fẹ́ ṣe ni pé máa fẹ́ show ojú olèrè àwọn tó lọ gba $50 púpọ̀ nù wọn ṣẹ́rí díẹ̀ tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn jàmá ó dà pé jàmó ni ẹjọ́ ìwọ tó bá jàmó tó bá wọn gbé dáadáa tó bá wọn ṣiṣẹ́ nílùú yìí wàá mọ tóun tó fi ń sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn yẹn ò kí àwọn ní láǹkúrì kíní kan pẹ̀lú tán wọn ò bá pa wá ní Nàìjíríà ìyẹn ọ̀kan rárá ọmọlé Nàìjíríà ọmọlé náà lélẹ̀ ẹ̀bọ̀ mo fẹ́ fi gbogbo wọn lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà ni mo fẹ́ fi gbogbo wọn lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà ká tó wá play audio yẹn they got $50. Shame on APC. Shame on APC government for sponsoring a state protest. Àná lélẹ́yìí tún ṣẹlẹ̀ o. Every day ló ń pààyàn ní Nàìjíríà. Reckless police officer ó pa ọmọ 25 years old hours before the sister wedding. Kọ́lọ̀ foríjì wá ní we are too many so tó bá kú is gone. Nígbà tá a bá sọ pé ẹ Nàìjíríà ẹlòmíà máa bí mi pé tá a bá sọ pé ẹ Nàìjíríà nísìn ẹlòmíà tún pè mí lórí show a ní Yorùbá ń tà ń sọ yẹn wọn àkòyé àwọn kan ó dìgbà tó bá pa ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ tó pàbúrò ẹ̀ kò dìgbà tí torí terrorist wà káàkiri nínú Nàìjíríà there are so many terrorists pọ̀ káàkiri terrorist mi wà ọlọ́pàá ni ó wà ní uniform yesterday I got an intel àwọn kan máa béèrè pé o sọ pé ìyàwó Tinubu òun ni kò fẹ́ yẹ kó fi lè di kéèsì lẹ̀ ṣé mo wá ń parọ́ ni tó fẹ́ kí n máa fún ẹ ní gbogbo media do not give their source of information tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá ti gbọ́ ẹ̀ mọ̀ tán pé media ni so kí wá fún ẹ ní gbogbo source of information àti evidence kọ́ lè lọ mú ẹni tó ń pè mí náà ní information òrìpórí ẹ̀ ti gbálẹ̀ òrìpọ́ dẹ̀ nìyẹn so tẹ́mi bá wá kó gbogbo information sílẹ̀ sórí social media pé evidence lélẹ́yìí o email tẹ́ni ẹ fi send mẹ́ta àti evidence pé ìyàwó Tinubu wà behind reason tó ọ̀tẹ́ fífi lè di kéèsì lẹ̀ òrìpórí yóò pè ẹ ní brain ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń béèrè ìbéèrè òṣì yẹn ìbéèrè ọ̀tẹ̀ ìbéèrè òmùgọ̀ tẹ́ bá ti gbọ́ ìyàwó Tinubu tẹ́ bá ti gbọ́ Ṣèyí Tinubu tẹ́ bá ti gbọ́ ọmọ Tinubu ara yín á máa bù máa ṣọ bí pé kẹ́ mú mi kẹ́ ya mí sí pieces ìrọ̀lẹ́ pa ọ̀la lẹ máa mú tẹ́ bá ní èní lẹ máa mú ọ̀la ni ọ̀la ni ọ̀la ọ̀dẹ́ tán tó bá dẹ̀ sọ fún yín pé Yorùbá ilé ayé máa tán ilé ayé kankan tán àtàyè ọ ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ tipẹ́tipẹ́ nìyẹn lánàá aláwọ̀ lè tún ṣẹlẹ̀ o every day that country is a crime scene so if terrorist does not kill you the terrorist in the police officer will kill you mò ń wo kan náà lóru àná tí sójà lọ́nà Kogi tó ń na àwọn pípù yẹn ó na dírẹ́bà yẹn ṣe léṣe so ibi tá à ń lọ kọ́ nìyẹn for now I want to show you those that were staged a ṣe máa padà sórí fídíò wọn o a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó wọ́n hold the ground wọn in the midst of all but what I'm saying is ibi táwọn lè dúró sí ó yàtọ̀ síbi tí wọ́n fún wọn ní láísẹ̀nsì pé kó dúró sí. Ọlọ́run bá ń kẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n tó bàbá yẹn no ẹ bá ń ṣe ìgbòsà lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́ta fáwọn dádì yẹn. A máa padà wá sórí fídíò yìí, ẹ bá mi ṣe ìgbòsà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí, a máa padà wá síbẹ̀. But ẹ jẹ́ ojú olè rèé ojú olè rèé àwọn nìyẹn. Now let's play the video. Àwọn ilé ìjẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Nàìjíríà, yes, some of them are Nigerians. Àwọn tí wọ́n níran tó yẹ pé bí wọ́n smuggle wọ Amẹ́ríkà ni, bí wọ́n bá kọ́ lọ́ ṣe wọ Amẹ́ríkà ni, òun lẹ̀ ń rí lọ́wọ́ yẹn. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ audio yìí kí wọ́n lọ wá brush bread kí n fi kan tí mi.
Wọ́n invite mi gan.
Ṣé wọ́n náà ń jẹ brush bread? Ṣé wọ́n tó tẹ̀ sí jẹ normal bread ló máa jẹ brush bread?
$1 hour for 3 hours. And ẹni yẹn ò mọ̀ pé àwa wọ̀nyí wọ́n bí wa rè ọmọlúwàbí Odùduwà làwa. So àwa wá pretend bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé kò yé wa. Ó wá ní ó ní $50 ní ó ní wọ́n fún un ní contract.
$50.
Pé kò ń ṣe.
$50.
Ẹ̀tíngbà tó di àná kìíní yẹn wá dìjà. Àwọn ọmọ Nàìjà tán gbà láti bá ṣe ó wá dìjà láàrin wọn. Kí ló fi dìjà láàrin wọn?
Ẹ ṣé o, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń ṣe gbòòsà mo rí yín o, ẹ ṣé o.
Àwọn búbù
sọ
pé
mo like màmá ẹ̀ wọ́n ní búbù.
Kán gba ID card
búbù.
Kán take picture ẹ̀.
Ẹ ń gbọ́ torí $50. Ṣé ń gbọ́ torí $50?
Ibi táwọn yẹn ti wá yarí nìyẹn.
Ṣé ń gbọ́?
Pé àwọn ò lè pé ṣé wọn mọ̀ túmọ̀
ID card ní
Amẹ́ríkà ni. O ti gbé ID card ẹ sílẹ̀ fún Nàìjíríà. Ayé ẹ ti bàjẹ́ nìyẹn. So àwọn wọ̀nyẹn wá yarí ó dìjà rẹpẹtẹ títí dàárọ̀ ẹ̀ wọ́n ṣe fa wàhálà yẹn ni wọ́n wá ní pé kán lọ wá àwọn tó bá ṣàárẹ̀ àbáwọn tí ò ní ìwé.
Ṣé ń gbọ́ àwọn tó bá ní ìwé ọ̀pọ̀ l'Amẹ́ríkà ọ̀pọ̀ l'abroad àwọn tó ní ìwé $150 for 3 hours, that's $150. Ní tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ màmá wa tí wọ́n stage ẹ̀ ni a ti mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n pay wọn ni $50 an hour. Ṣé ẹ gbọ́ dáadáa àbí kí n wá play ẹ̀ kí n má sọ̀rọ̀ torí kódà pé ọ̀rọ̀ tèmi náà ń fa shadow ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. I will not talk now, ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ straight away now.
Ẹ káàsán ẹ ilé ẹ kú àsìkò yìí, ẹ jẹ́ ká farabalẹ̀. Wọ́n invite mi gan. Nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé wọ́n ní $50 1 hour for 3 hours. And ẹni yẹn ò mọ̀ pé àwa wọ̀nyí wọ́n bí wa rè ọmọlúwàbí Odùduwà làwa. So àwa wá pretend bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé kò yé wa. Ó wá ní ó ní $50 ní ó ní wọ́n fún un ní contract ni. Pé kò ń ṣe. Ẹ̀tíngbà tó di àná kìíní yẹn wá dìjà. Àwọn ọmọ Nàìjà tán gbà láti bá ṣe ó wá dìjà láàrin wọn. Kí ló fi dìjà láàrin wọn? Àwọn búbù sọ pé kán gba ID card wọn, kán take picture ẹ̀, kán kó lọ sí Nigerian house. Ibi táwọn yẹn ti wá yarí nìyẹn pé àwọn ò lè pé ṣé wọn mọ̀ túmọ̀ ID card ní Amẹ́ríkà ni. O ti gbé ID card ẹ sílẹ̀ fún Nàìjíríà. Ayé ẹ ti bàjẹ́ nìyẹn. So àwọn wọ̀nyẹn wá yarí ó dìjà rẹpẹtẹ títí dàárọ̀ ẹ̀ wọ́n ṣe fa wàhálà yẹn ni wọ́n wá ní pé kán lọ wá àwọn tó bá ṣàárẹ̀ àbáwọn tí ò ní ìwé tó kàn ní ìdí $150 yẹn for 3 hours yẹn pé kán lọ wá wọn kán kó wọn lọ síbẹ̀. So nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn. Wọ́n stage ẹ̀ ni wọ́n pay wọn $50 an hour for 3 hours.
$50 an hour for 3 hours. We're gonna open the phone line so that, like I always say, èmi nìkan kọ́ ni mo mọ̀rọ̀ sọ, àwọn tó mọ̀ ọgbọ́n náà wà. But kíyàn kan wá máa ń sọ fún mi pé Koiki tó ń sọ yẹn, òun ló máa affect kéèsì kìíní kan, òun ló máa affect Yorùbá nation. Ẹ ń tọ́ra yín. And let me say it, Musola no lórí show mi. Tá bá fa royal family, ká fún di wọn dáadáa, ká béèrè lọ́wọ́ ìyá yẹn ti pé 95 years old. Ẹ mọ̀ ìyá tí mò ń sọ. Àbí ṣé kí n dárúkọ ẹ̀ Queen Elizabeth II, ẹ̀yin lẹ lè má dárúkọ wọn. Àwọn ò bẹ̀rù wọn. Torí pé Ọlọ́run ló dá wa. +447594050979. Now, lóòótọ́, nígbà tí ìyá wa tó ń ṣe program wọn, they got a call that people have been paid. And eventually, we now got a video. And we are saying thank you very much to those that hold their ground yesterday.
He just told her
ṣẹ́rí bàbá tó ń pariwo referendum náà Ọlọ́run bá ẹ tún bá ń ṣe gbòòsà 3 gbòòsà fún bàbá yẹn. Ẹ bá mi ṣe 3 gbòòsà fún bàbá tó wọ flag tó gbé referendum náà yẹn, because he stood his ground in the midst of everything there, including àwọn tó kù náà tí wọ́n jọ wà níbẹ̀. I don't think there were even more than 5. Because video ta kọ̀ rọra rí nísìn náà pẹ̀lú picture indicate that Buhari government, and when I say Buhari government, that include every supporter, politician of that APC. Ẹ bá máa ṣe ní kíákíá, kò ní ju 2 minutes lọ, torí pé lásìkò láàárọ̀ ẹ̀. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò.
Àwọn ilé ẹ̀ ṣe máa mọ̀ pé ọmọ àlè ni wọ́n kì í ṣe ọmọ Nàìjíríà. Wọ́n ṣe ọmọ Nàìjíríà. The other man yẹn Fúlàní ni. Àwọn tó tẹ̀ sọ pé kò yí àwọn nílé. Nígbà tí wọ́n bá mú fámìlì wọn kan, ó máa padà yé wọn. So torí etí ń dùn wọn. Gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ti ń sọ láti jọ àti etí ṣìfò ń sọ láti jọ ìwọ̀n wọn gbọ́. Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ tí wọ́n bá mú kan nu ẹbí wọn, ó máa yé wọn. Ẹ máa bí tòlọ.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni màmá wa, àwọn màmá lálùbáríkà. Níbikíbi tí gbogbo wa bá wà, it doesn't matter. Iṣẹ́ wo làwa náà ṣe rí nílùú òyìnbó. Ní ọkàn wa sọ pé òun better off ẹni tó wà ní UAE, òun better off ẹni tó wà lóòmà. Ẹ má ẹ̀kọ́ parọ́ fún yín o. Táwọn ọ̀rẹ́ yìí kan bá ní, advantage kankan lè wà. There's no doubt about that. Ẹni bá ní àǹfààní láti gbé ní London, orí ọ̀fẹ́ Ọlọ́run ni. Ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀ láǹfààní náà tó wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, orí ọ̀fẹ́ Ọlọ́run ni. Àmọ́ àwọn politician burúkú tí wọ́n sì ń sọ fún wa pé ká wà nínú Nàìjíríà, àwọn ló kó bá gbogbo wa. Ẹ̀rí. Àtúntìgbà kọ̀ọ̀kan tó ń bọ̀ láti ó dà ń pé Kogi State. Hello caller.
Bàbá ẹ kú ọjọ́ mẹ́ta.
Ọjọ́ kan pẹ̀lú ẹ ti wà lórí ètò.
Ok, ẹ ṣé o, èmi náà mọ̀, Ọlọ́run á dúró tì yín.
A dúró ti gbogbo wa.
Gbogbo àwọn tó sáré tí wọ́n fẹ́ kí náà Yorùbá ó dára ní orúkọ Jésù tó máa dára fáwọn náà.
Àmín Jésù.
Buhari tó lọ fowó ìbájì àwọn èèyàn àti owó àtò wọ́n kà sí ṣègbè ní orúkọ Jésù.
Àmín Jésù.
Gbogbo eré tó bá ti sá ní UN Ọlọ́run ní fún
Àmín.
Gbogbo àwọn tó lọ lánàá yẹn ló bá gbà fún wọn yóò dára fún wọn ní orúkọ Jésù.
Àmín.
Torí ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwọn ènìyàn tó sùn Nàìjíríà bí pa àwọn ènìyàn kú.
Tó ń ṣe ké.
Àwọn jẹ́ wọn fẹ́ mọ̀ ọ̀bẹ gbogbo àwọn tó dìde kó tó gbàdúrà fún wọn ní orúkọ Jésù yóò dára fún wọn.
Àmín Jésù.
Ẹ ṣé gan-an iṣẹ́ takuntakun èmi náà ti ń tú àti pè yẹn kúṣẹ́.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa all the way from Kogi State. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà ní Kogi lọ́hùn-ún. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà ní Kwara. Oòduà gbé wa láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà a máa délẹ̀ lérí kò sí. Ẹni bá sọ pé àní débẹ̀ kọ́ forget yẹn. Kò ń ṣe generation ìwà láìtàláì small bill. Àbá yín fan tó tán lẹ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá yìí. Àbá yín fan tó tán lẹ̀. Àwọn bàbá wa lẹ́ ti ṣe kúkú. Ẹ ti halẹ̀ mọ́ àwọn bàbá wa kò ń ṣe bírú àwa mọ́. Láyé ni mo sọ. Láyé ẹja tó lọ sẹ́dọ̀ ẹlòmíì. Kíyàn kan sọ fún wa pé Kóìkì ẹ̀kẹ́jẹ́ yẹn ìrọ̀lẹ́ pa. Ẹ bá ń gbóhùn sókè, ẹ bá ń mute background yẹn tẹ bá ti ń pè. Ẹ mute ẹ̀ pátápátá, ẹ lè máa wojú mi, ẹ mute ẹ̀, à ń gbọ́ yín mà, àbí à ń gbọ́ yín sà, àmì tó wà ń bẹ̀.
Ọlọ́run á ṣàánú wa.
Àmín.
Láìpẹ́ ọjọ́ a máa gbà.
Lágbára Ọlọ́run.
A máa lọ kàn bá àdìbẹ̀ lédi.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Thank you very much. Èyí tí mo fẹ́, energy tí mo fẹ́ gbọ́ nìyẹn. Kí Buhari mọ̀ pé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá wà níta.
Nígbà tí bá lè fà láṣọ ìyá máa fà aṣọ ẹ̀yà wèrè Fúlàní.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Àní ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá wà ní New York, a mọ̀ pé iṣẹ́ náà ni gbogbo wa máa ṣe. Tá a bá ṣiṣẹ́ àlègbé l'Amẹ́ríkà, àlègbé l'abroad ló lè gbé ká. Ọ̀bí ẹ̀dá, o máa sanwó iná, o máa sanwó gas, o máa sanwó kinní kan. Bá ṣe ń sọ pé school ọ̀fẹ́ náà làwọn ọmọ wa ń lọ níbí báyìí. O máa ra uniform. supplement kọ́ wà ó kọ̀ bẹ́tà ó sàn ju ẹni tó wà nílé lọ ni but ẹ jẹ́ àgbọ̀n kan tí búbù sọ ní bíbà ẹ jẹ́ àgbọ̀n kan tó sọ ní bíbà this is búbù búbù ẹ jẹ́ àgbọ̀n kan tó sọ ní bíbà wọ́n á máa sọ̀rọ̀ náà dead or alive it doesn't matter.
And very importantly, let us speak to the youth that the federal government has no more vacancy. Virtually every department is filled. The same thing in the states, the same thing in local governments. So you can have a good degree from a good university, and you will never get a job. And very importantly, let us speak to the youth that the federal government has no more vacancy. Virtually every department is filled. The same thing in the states, the same thing in local governments. So you can have a good degree from a good university, and you will never get a job.
You will never get a job.
Have you asked yourself this question? Why is it that all those asking you to remain in one Nigeria has something to gain from Nigeria, or they have benefited in the past? Nothing more, nothing less. I saw the letter that Atiku Abubakar wrote to
kò ní yẹ ìwọ tó ń sọ pé we are PDP kò ní yẹ àwọn family ẹ àwa PDP what the hell is PDP àwọn ní PDP tó bá ń ṣe 419 Maradona tó ń sọ pé àwa PDP ẹni sùúrù màmá mi ẹni sùúrù ẹjẹ ń dá tó ń sọ pé APC kìíní kan PDP supporter àwọn ní PDP supporter lórí platform kò ní yẹ tó máa gbọ́mọ náà ló gbọ́mọ yẹn ọmọ àlè Yorùbá à ń gbọ́ yín o ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè.
ọmọ àlè lẹni tó sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn
ọmọ àlè ni mo ti èyí tó máa gbọ́ náà ló gbọ́ yẹn.
ewu yìí lánàá mo pe àwọn èèyàn pé nǹkan báyìí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ pé gbogbo pé nọ́mbà yẹn gbọ̀gbọ̀ nọ́mbà yẹn ò rí ìdí pé kí n lè sọ fún pé nǹkan báyìí ni mo ń wò gbogbo àwọn ọmọ àlè tó wọn abẹ́yẹ Ọlọ́run á gbà wá sílẹ̀ lágbára Ọlọ́run tó sọ pé kò sẹ́nìtì tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà pẹ̀lú bó ṣe ń pa àwọn èèyàn ní everyday káwọn èèyàn tún máa sọ pé kinní àwọn ìjọba òṣìṣẹ́ ní ìjọba amúnisìn Ọlọ́run nígbà Ọlọ́run lè ní péré fún gbogbo àwọn tó wá síbẹ̀ yẹn lánàá lágbára Ọlọ́run ẹ̀ fẹ́ sọ fún gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní Amẹ́ríkà kí kọ́jọ tó lọ náà wọ́n jáde kọ́jọ kan tó lọ náà kan bá wa jáde tó wọ́n ti mú ní kí n sọ nìyẹn.
Thank you very much. à ń sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation sọ̀rọ̀ PDP ṣé ọ̀rọ̀ PDP la gbé dání débi báyìí ọmọ àlè Fúlàní ti bá yẹ ẹ̀sùn hello caller.
hello
ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò.
awareness yẹn bá lè ṣe máa tẹ̀síwájú fún referendum tó rí àbẹ̀rẹ̀ fún bá lè máa tẹ̀síwájú.
ipa ò lẹ́yìn kó níbẹ̀.
èmi kópa nínú lórí social media the line around me.
That's it. ṣẹ́rí ipa tẹ́ ń kó yẹn ẹ má jẹ́ kó sú yín kẹ́ má jẹ́ kó rẹ̀yìn ipa yẹn náà làwa náà ń kó ipa yẹn náà lèyìn náà ń kó ipa yẹn náà ní gbogbo wa jọ ń kó ó máa wá dodindi láṣẹ Èdùmàrè lágbára Ọlọ́run kó tó di pé gbogbo ẹ̀ máa dé anarchy state kò tí ì dé anarchy state but kí àwọn sọ pé kò ní dé anarchy state yẹn rọ́ lẹ́pa ẹni kó ìkìlọ̀ sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ àfi tá a bá fẹ́ lọ síbi tá à ń lọ àfi tó bá yẹ pé akàn ń ṣeré akàn ń jókòó akàn wá sórí program à ń sọ̀rọ̀ à ń ṣeré tó bá yẹ pé ẹnìkan lẹ fẹ́ that's fine ìmọ̀ ní wá síbí ìwà kí wọ́n sọ fún yín pé kò ní lọ sórí anarchy state ó máa dé anarchy state ẹ bá a ṣe ní kíákíá another 1 minute à ń gbọ́ yín sà àti ń gbọ́ yín.
bí awareness yẹn bí àwọn èèyàn ti pé tó máa mobilize àwọn èèyàn sí èmi náà bí èdè tèmi náà sọ fún àwọn èèyàn tó máa fa ìpínlẹ̀ iṣẹ́ lórí ẹ̀kọ́ torí pé ní referendum yẹn bá dé ká má ànífẹ́ lágbára ọ̀nà because àwọn èèyàn tẹ̀ tí àwọn èèyàn kan wà ò tí ì mọ̀ ọ̀kan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀.
tó bá tẹ̀ máa announce referendum a sì máa ní interval of month tó máa ní ká tún lọ ṣe tó ń pè ní campaign wọ́n kàn lè sọ pé òkè ẹ máa ṣe referendum níjọba yìí o àná ọkọ̀ bá wá sísàlẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n máa fún wa ní another time frame but ìta ṣì ń demand fún ni pé kọ́tẹ̀ fún wa ní referendum yẹn which they have not approved yet wọ́n ti approve it so that's why awareness and acclamation and no looking back must continue because by the time we are now going to be getting that referendum from United Nations then we will now have another maybe like 3 months or 4 months I don't know how it's going to happen but what I am trying to say is before then everybody must continue to work hard in our own capacity kó bá jẹ́ yàn kan ló lè convince that's fine tó bá jẹ́ pé yàn mẹ́ta ni that's fine but kò gbọ́dọ̀ sú wa kò dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ rẹ̀ wá bàbá wa dẹ̀ tuntun sọ́lá àárọ̀ yìí no looking back ẹ ṣé gan ni o alright ẹ já tún lọ gbá ẹlòmíì ẹ má bínú torí pé a máa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí rédíò náà ní láìpẹ́ so àṣẹ ní kíákíá ni ẹ bá lọ straight to it ambassador láti Germany.
ẹ káàárọ̀ sir.
ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò.
Yes sir.
A máa play Nnamdi Kanu yẹn. Mo gbàgbé àní Koiki ni ebi tó mọ pọ́sẹ̀ ni à ń gbọ́ yín.
Ẹ kú iṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọ̀dà ìjàsùwà akin gidi gan ni.
Àdúpẹ́ fọlọ́run.
Ṣé ẹ rí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ kíni wáyé a gbọ́dọ̀ parọ́ tara wa kò sígbà tí wàhálà ò ní ṣẹlẹ̀.
Àwọn kó má ṣẹlẹ̀ náà ló ń gbàdúrà là ń gbàdúrà.
Ní wàhálà ò ní ṣẹlẹ̀.
Kó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní kíákíá ẹni sùn bàbá ẹ má bínú jọ pé mo ta fẹ́ nínú conversation yìí. Kó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní kíákíá kó má pọ̀ ní ká máa bẹ Ọlọ́run fún pé kò ní ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn má parọ́ tanra yín ẹni Koiki ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ pé kò ní ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ bá bá láàárọ̀ là ń pa fúnra wa nìyẹn kó ṣẹlẹ̀ kó má pọ̀ ni ẹ má sọ sí ẹ lọ jàre ní ṣẹlẹ̀.
Kò sí sẹ́ni ibi tí ó dẹ̀ ti yẹ tẹ́mi ti fẹ́ kó kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ òní láti ọ̀dọ̀ wa gan fọ́ra wa láti ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn leaders wa ní south west àwọn politicians wa orí wọn lórí pé kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti orí wọn wá sí tight orí wọn á pé.
Ẹ fẹ́ kí bàbá Akintoye máa jáde kó máa sọ fún yín pé a máa jà ní. Bàbá ò lè máa sọ yẹn náà. Koiki lè sọ yẹn Koiki ni èmi platform tèmi ni registered company ni mí ní UK a máa jà ẹni mo sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹni Koiki sọ pé náà a máa jà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ṣé UK ò jà Irish ò jà àwọn ọdún kọ̀ọ̀kan ò jà America gan bá Great Britain jà tó fi gbòmìnira ni a ló ń parọ́ tọ́ra wọn pé àníjà àmì ò expect kí bàbá 86 máa sọ fún apá máa jà but èmi ní àyà ẹ̀ láti sọ fún ìnìkan ò lè sọ fún mi pé ká má jà because nígbà táwọn náà wá sórí ilẹ̀ wa wọ́n jà ni ẹ jẹ́ àgbẹ̀ Nnamdi Kanu jọ gbọ́n kan tó sọ ní bíbá mo kàn come across that video lórí Twitter ẹni tó bá ní Twitter ṣẹ́rí tẹ bá kàn jókòó sórí Facebook tẹ́ ń dúró de live program Koiki ẹ̀ ń dúró de live program èèyàn kan ẹ wà ní Twitter à ń waste time ara wa ẹ lọ wo ilẹ̀ gbọ́ ẹ kú àwọn ọmọ Biafra wọ́n kú lórí Twitter bàjẹ́ ìjà Twitter náà wà èmi sọ fún yín pé media war la ṣe ń jà àìtí débi tá a fẹ́ jà gangan all we are still doing is media war so and a media war entails everything but kíyàn kan wá sórí bíbá ní sìnkú wá máa sọ fún mi pé kí ni kàn mí pẹ̀lú PDP kò ní dá fún PDP kò ní dá fún gbogbo wọn àwọn ọmọ àlè PDP ìjà PDP lè ní jà èmi ìjà so tí bá ń jàjà PDP mò ń jàjà ara Mákindé nìyẹn ṣé Mákindé ò mọ̀ pé wọ́n ń pààyàn ní gàngán for 72 hours kò débẹ̀ ṣé Mákindé ò gbọ́ nígbà tó wá àtàkì lè ṣe Sunday Igboho as a chief security nígbà tẹni tó wà ní ìlú wo la fẹ́ lè sọ pé ó jìnnà jù sí Nàìjíríà ẹjọ́ àwọn tó ń wò wá ìlú wo ló jìnnà sí Nàìjíríà náà ẹni tó bá lè help me ìlú wo ni the farthest country láti Nàìjíríà pé tó bá gbéra òun lọ sílùú yẹn I want to know àwọn ìlú yẹn ti gbọ́ Mákindé tó wà lé etígun mú Ìbàdàn tí tó bá smelly báyìí tó yẹ kó gbọ́n kan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ kò mọ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ àgbọn tí Nnamdi Kanu sọjà.
Have you asked yourself this question? Why is it that all those asking you to remain in one Nigeria has something to gain from Nigeria or that have benefited in the past? Nothing more, nothing less. I saw the letter that Atiku Abubakar wrote to President Biden. In it, Atiku Abubakar said to come and help us fight terrorism in order to ensure that there will be no regional destabilization. That is their game plan at the U.S. State Department for very many years, until we stepped in. They keep trotting out these lies. Once Nigeria breaks up, there will be destabilization in the entire region. I said it because you don't understand African history. Most of these people are not. When I say it, they say, so I'm insulted. Have you asked yourself this question? Why is it that all those asking you to remain in one Nigeria has something to gain from Nigeria or that have benefited in the past?
Thank you very
Nothing
much.
More,
okay. Mo ti ń rí wọ́n ní Australia àti New Zealand. Àwọn èèyàn tó wà ní Australia àti New Zealand wọ́n gbọ́ níjọ́ yẹn pé wọ́n ti àtàkì lè ṣe Sunday Igboho. Gómìnà bí ó wà lábẹ́ ìyàwó ni bí ó wà lábẹ́ ààbò ni Ọlọ́run wọbi tó wà kò lè rán security pé kọ́tẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ níbẹ̀ yẹn. Ọmọ yín dúró síwájú tẹlifíṣàn ló ń block ojú mi níbẹ̀. Hey, what you doing, man? Ẹ jẹ́ àgbọ̀ sí tán.
I saw the letter that Atiku Abubakar wrote to President Biden. In it, Atiku Abubakar said to come and help us fight terrorism in order to ensure that there will be no regional destabilization. That is their game plan at the U.S. State Department for very many years, until we stepped in. They keep trotting out these lies. Once Nigeria breaks up, there will be destabilization in the entire region. I said it because you don't understand African history. Most of these people are not. When I say this,
the lies that they're telling the international communities, once Nigeria is break up, it will destabilize. Check over destabilize tele. We are still taking calls, but the program will end at exactly 10:30. So I only have 15 more minutes fún àǹfààní tó bá kọ̀ ṣe fẹ́ gba ìtaba fi gba ìpè méjì. So lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ìtẹ́ hold the ground yìí against this shameless APC government that has brought lies. Àti gbọ́n tí bàbá wa Akintoye sọ, bàbá àgbàlagbà, wọ́n ní no looking back. Èmi expect kí bàbá jáde kó sọ pé àfẹ́jà. Ẹ má rẹ̀ but èmi á sọ yẹn. Àmàjẹ́kọ̀ọ́ sálọ́ màmá wá sórí program màmá sọ fún yín pé a kàn máa gba Yorùbá nation náà. Yes, à ń ṣàdúrà lóòótọ́ ní ti ìlànà Mùsùlùmí, ti ìlànà ti Kìrìsìtẹ́nì. Èèyàn kan sọ pé yẹn pé àkíyàn àtàkì Afga. Kí ni kàn mí pẹ̀lú Afga? Ṣé Afga wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ni? Ṣé any governor or any politician that is Afga nílẹ̀ Yorùbá? I don't care about what happened in the north of Guinea. I will not care about what happened to us. Abeg gbọ́n kan tí mo sọ ni. I don't care about whatever is happening in the southeast of their candidacy or whatever. I'm not concerned about ilẹ̀ Yorùbá because ibi tá à ń jà fún nìyẹn, right? But what I'm trying to say is, and just like my brother was saying here, if you want to know how many fake Yoruba agitators we have in our Yoruba self-determination struggle, just say anything negative about Tinubu and his family. Everybody should have deyin moyin. Ẹ bá ṣe ní kíákíá, less than a minute. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò, ẹ go straight to the point. Agbára Ọlọ́run.
Because èmi gan náà tẹ́mi náà ti wà yìí èmi àtàwọn fámìlì mi àtijọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn darí láàárọ̀ yìí wípé kí wọ́n máa káwọn náà máa gbáradì òsì jíjà ọ̀sẹ̀ ní wáyé wà láìdàláì ìfúgàn mo fi lálàá gan pé ìjà ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà òsì jíjà ọ̀sẹ̀ ní wáyé wà láìdàláì tí a bá sọ kí ní yìí jíjà òsì wọ́n máa rò pé bọ́yá fi ń ṣàwàdà ni Ọlọ́run bá ń gbọ́. Wọ́n náà ọmọ àtìyàwó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ náà. Ibi tí wọ́n bá já sí, ọ já sí bẹ́ẹ̀.
Tó bá fi já sí ni kó já sí. Ní ọ̀kan máa threaten wa pé ẹ má Koiki yìí máa sàn yín lórí program pé ìwọ ló máa dá wàhálà sílẹ̀. Wàhálà ò mú dá sí. Ṣé èmi ni Britain tó dá wàhálà sílẹ̀? Ẹ mọ̀ pé nígbà tí Britain fẹ́ wá sọ́dọ̀ wa ni nǹkan ogun ló gbé wá tó jà gidi. Wọ́n pààyàn rẹpẹtẹ. Ẹni máa kú ẹni kù ló kù ni.
Bàbá aláwọ̀ ara bíbà yìí. Mo gba àwọn jẹ́ wà nígbà yìí náà bí mi léèrè níta ló nígbà yìí ó pé kí lọ́ọ́ fa abúlé Nàìjíríà báyẹn gbogbo wọn ní ọ̀nà tó bá pátá.
Wọ́n pààyàn lójoojúmọ́ ẹ̀mí lọ lójoojúmọ́ ẹ̀mí àwọn èèyàn lọ lójoojúmọ́ ọlọ́pàá ń pààyàn sójà ń pààyàn ẹni pé kò tí ì síjà ìgbà olówó wá fẹ́ dìjà bó bá travel nísìn láti Èkó lọ sí ìlú ẹ ìwọ náà wà á mọ̀ pé nǹkan kọlù ẹ. Ojoojúmọ́ ni bad news. Èmi ni receiving end. Every day na àwọn èèyàn fi orí but ṣé gbogbo ẹ̀ náà la máa kó wá sórí social media la máa wá sọ̀rọ̀ ní lórí. Every day ni offence kan ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí nísìn injustice ló ń pè. Ẹ wá ní ká máa jà. Ṣé ó dìgbà tí injustice yẹn tó bá wá bá àwọ̀ gangan? Ẹ ń jẹ́ ká máa deceive ara wọn kan dì. Ẹ bá ń parí ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ̀ ń sọ jà kí n má deceive ilé ìjọba ẹ̀ sọ.
Àwa láì tí ó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká ẹ sọ fáwọn èèyàn kájọ́ tètè ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí kájọ́ tètè ṣẹlẹ̀. Ọ̀sẹ́ni tó yẹ kan àwọn náà àwọn politician yẹn náà kò ní ká àwọn náà ni. Yọ̀ọ́ ká àwọn náà.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ẹ ṣe gan màmá mi Adésànyàn ni I don't even understand. There is war already and people keep ẹ ṣe gan ni Mr. Kehinde ẹ ṣe gan ni ẹni tó ń pè yìí tó bá pè mí ó máa ń sunkún lórí fóònù ní Italy ló wà. Ó náà lọ bá wọn pé òun fẹ́ padà wọ́n tún sọ fún pé kí ló fẹ́ padà fún. Because people are angry. We are upset. Àwọn ṣe generation àwọn bàbá wa tí mo bá kan náà àwọn family wa kan sọ̀rọ̀. Mo ní sọ pé tó wà bọ́nú Nàìjíríà ló wà. Mo ní bàbá 80 something. Mo ní ṣé local government ń fún yín níná? Kò yé sí náà. Mo ní ṣé omi wọnú ilé? Wọ́n ní kò sómi. Mo ní so ìyẹn ni kémi náà dúró dè. Kémi náà máa fi dàgbà bí ẹ̀yìn báyìí. Irọ́ èmi ò ní gbà o. Wọ́n níbi kan náà mú pépà kan wá bá wọn pé wọ́n béèrè pé iṣẹ́ orúkọ ọmọ yín Koiki ẹ ní ṣoríire gbogbo yín pátápátá ẹ tí mẹ́ta ẹ̀ bá fà ẹ lọ ẹ bá mi mute background ẹ bá ti ń pèsè tá bá ti gbé ẹ ti wọlé ẹ mute background ẹ wọ à ń gbọ́ yín sà mo ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wọn Libya yẹn Ọlọ́run kọ́ lọ́n bá ń dúró tì yín lọ́n bá ń dúró tì yín ní ká máa sọ lọ́n sókè. Anarchy ni. There's
no two way about it. Because these people, they are ready to kill anybody.
Ẹ mú Lady K dání, ẹ ń pè Lady K ní terrorist, ìyẹn tẹ bí ọ̀nù. Lady K ẹ pè ní terrorist, ó jókòó sórí social media. Èmi ò tí ní káwọn èèyàn lọ gbé ìbọn ní sáà, tí ní káwọn èèyàn lọ pààyàn. àìtí sọ yẹn media war lèmi sì ń bá wọn jà mọ́ kán pé media war ni ní tó bá wù mí mo lè sọ lórí show media war ni nígbà tí ẹni sùúrù bàbá mi láti Libya nígbà tí ìlú ìfẹ́ lọ invade Iraq wọ́n pe bọ̀bọ̀ kan ní òun náà pè ní communication strategy Tony Blair kò sí rọ́tí kò pa fún gbogbo ìlú ìtàn wọ́n lọ jagun yẹn kán nísìnyí láwa realize pé àṣé kò tẹ̀ sí kankan láwọ́ bàbá yẹn ẹwà ìmúwájú ọkọ̀ bíbá yìí nísìnyí kan máa ń sọ fún pé Koiki má sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn má sọ̀rọ̀ èmi ò gbé Nàìjíríà máa sọ fún yín September 22 ni mo wọ̀ lùi ó máa lọ́la ni sọ pé kinní kan. No. No, not yet. Wọ́n wọlé. Calling Lady K the terrorist. Calling Oladile terrorist. Mo tó ń pè terrorist ni. Ọlọ́run máa ṣàánú wa. Lady K the terrorist. Close it. No. No. Close it. Lady K the terrorist. Ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá mi láti Libya. Ọ̀gá ẹ ní pé kò ní wáyé. Ó máa wáyé. Ń ties àwọn èèyàn pẹ̀lú owó wa. Ẹ ṣé gan ni ẹ má bínú pé mo ní láti jẹ́ kẹ́ lọ because 10:30 mo fi gbé tó ẹ wá sílẹ̀ and I only have 8 minutes. Bàbá rẹ̀ tó kọ̀ pé ṣe ní 30 seconds 10 seconds kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ fi sáré ṣe ẹ lò lórí program mi. Ó kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí ẹ fọkàn wá balẹ̀. Ẹ má jẹ́ kíyàn kan sọ fún yín pé ìtí Koiki ń sọ yẹn òun ló mo sọ fún yín sẹ́ ìjà lọ gbé wá bá wa Britain wọ́n gbé ìjà gidi wá bá wa ni abáwa ń jà náà bọ̀wọ́ overpower ni torí pé wọ́n nìkan lọ́wọ́ tó ń ṣe gbogbogbogbogbò ẹgbẹ́ òsókè bàbá mi.
Bàbá mi pé a máa gba gbogbo ẹ̀rù ní generation wa yìí. Àwọn fake kìíní Yorùbá lè sọ̀kan wà tẹ́ pé kìíní ẹni ẹ̀wọ̀ kìíní pàtíkà ẹ̀kọ́ pẹ̀lú pé àwọn fake. A máa para wa eléyìí. Yorùbá lè sọ ọ̀tọ̀ sí.
Ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké tó ń dún nínú ilé. Ṣé kémi tó wá dàgbà kí wọ́n tó wá hand over fáwọn ọmọ tó ń dún nínú ilé yìí? Nítorí ẹ̀ sọ fún mi nìyẹn náà.
Wọ́n ní sóríire, orúkọ mi mo máa ń sọ Ọ̀túnba. Wọ́n ní sóríire. Àwọn pè.
Close it, please.
Wọ́n ti jáwé. Generation wa ìjà ká para wa.
Calling Lady K ẹ pé Lady K the terrorist. Kí ló dé? What destabilize the whole world? Ilé kẹ̀, ilé náà dà. Ẹ lọ́wọ́ àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n wa wọ́n wà ní gbogbo woolish nísìn wọ́n fún mi máa ṣe fàájì níbẹ̀ tẹ bá lọ sí Peckham tẹ bá lọ sí Scotland tẹ bá lọ sí Mayegun tẹ sọ pé a máa pàdé ní October kí ló náà máa ṣe program tiẹ̀ náà ní Scotland kọ́lọ̀ ṣọ́wà dìgbà yẹn a máa débẹ̀ ẹ ṣé gan ni ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Ọ̀túnba mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin Ọ̀túnba wa mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin JP mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin Kristẹni Mùsùlùmí tá a bá ń sọ pé a máa jà ẹ máa pàṣẹ sí ẹ máa fi àmì sí torí pé tá a bá jà lè lọ bí kankan màá kọ́ máa wá sórí show èmi ò dẹ̀ ní time yẹn ẹ̀yin lè ní time èmi ò ní time because a lè máa bá lọ báyìí forever now ṣé bá ṣe máa bá lọ náà màmá wá sórí program a máa ṣe program ẹ̀mí máa ṣe ẹ̀dẹ̀ àná alánà ta sọ̀rọ̀ port authority bí a ti bá máa ṣe program létà lọ́sùn màá wá lọ sí Channels Television the same problem tí ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn sọ bàbá port tó discuss pẹ̀lú wa màá kọ́ fún yín ní preview díẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tẹ̀ mọ́ reason tí yà ṣe ń jẹ wọn mọ́ reason tí yà ṣe ń jẹ yìí because we've been hold like that strangle kí ni mo ti jẹ nísìn mo jẹ broach bread ẹyọ kan àtààbọ̀ tọmọ yìí ò jẹ tán Tesco butter broach rolls mo dẹ̀ mu tíì kékeré lé lórí ó lè wà nípò mi bẹ́ẹ̀ títí dọ̀sán torí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹbí kọ́ ló ń ṣe mí life yóò bẹ́tà sẹ́yìn tó ń pè mí láti ilé tó ń sọ fún mi pé ẹ ṣe sùúrù o mo ní ká tún ṣe sùúrù ẹ̀yin tí wà India mo á bí wọn ẹ̀yin wà ní your 80s mo ní ṣe omi yọ sínú ilé bàbá wọn ní omi ò yọ mo ní ẹ níná àwọn ní ọ̀ fáwọn níná so kí lèmi wá ń jà fún ebi nǹkan tá à ń jà fún náà nìyẹn ìyàn kan wá sọ pé à ń jà torí pé àwa jẹ́ supporter PDP kí ni PDP sí nǹkan tá à ń jà fún òmìnira pé a fẹ́ dá dúró mo fẹ́ ní passport wọ́n máa respect wọ́n respect look even with your passport wọ́n respect it. A wà lórí ètò bàbá mo mọ̀ bí ẹ fẹ́ fóun sílẹ̀ ní àbẹ fẹ́ bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ privately ká tó continue. Okay. Àbí kò yẹ yín nísìn hello sir. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lóńdó a kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní ibi ìgbèríko kankan bíyàn bá wà nílé ìrìn àjò tèmi àti bàbá wa ti Sunday Igboho nígbà tá a bá ń káàkiri yẹn ẹ máa sunkún ẹ máa ní ká jà ṣẹ́rí ìtẹ́ máa sọ pé ká má jà yẹn ẹ máa èyí kan lẹ́ máa sọ pé ká jà torí pé tá a bá jà a lè kúrò níbi tá à ń lọ. Èmi náà rìn díẹ̀ ká tẹ̀ tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ Yorùbá Nation mo dé Ìwòpin paper mill mo sunkún ni mo dé Ìwòpin paper mill mo sunkún ni wọ́n ti damage wa completely ẹni tó wà ní òmò pọ̀ damage òun because àwọn rò pé normal life ni ìwọ tó wà tó dé látàbúrò kan what the hell is going on here kéèkì yé máa tàyẹn lẹ́rìí jẹ́ ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ìṣòwò ni hello sir a wà lórí ètò ìṣẹ́fẹ́ fóun sílẹ̀ ni ká tó máa bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ mo ní ṣẹ́fẹ́ dá sórí ètò ni torí mo wà live lórí program.
mo fi mẹ́sẹ̀lì kan ránṣẹ́ tí lóyà sàlámì ilé bá mi fi ránṣẹ́ sí wọn jọ.
ọ̀dà àsọ yẹn later all right.
mo ti sẹ́nu sórí kí ni ẹ bá mi fi ránṣẹ́ sí
wọn sàlámì. ẹ máa sọ yẹn later. So bí ṣe ń sọ lọ ẹ jẹ́ ká fọkàn wa balẹ̀ ẹ má jẹ́ kó dún wòrúwòrú mọ́ wa ìtò bá fẹ́ gbà ló máa gbà ẹ̀gbọ́n sókè bàbá mi ẹ mute background pátápátá ẹ ti wọlé ẹ mute ti background ẹ ti wà live ẹ mute ti inú létẹ̀ ń gbọ́ yẹn mute yẹn completely. ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò sà.
mo kí everybody tó wò wá.
àwọn náà wọ́n kí yín sà.
ẹjọ God bless you and mo really appreciate the content because kò easy láti ṣe gbogbo àwọn kan and mo dẹ̀ ní belief pé a máa gba òmìnira yìí.
láṣẹ Èdùmàrè by fire by force ni.
ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo kàn fẹ́ sọ ni pé tí a bá ṣe kínní London first referendum lọ́dún tá a pè ṣé ẹ gbọ́ mi.
mo ń gbọ́ yín.
referendum lọ́dún tá a ní pé la ní à ń fẹ́.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
ní pé ta sọ fún ọ náà ń fẹ́. because anybody máa lọ ní Yorùbá nation or something like that.
Okay.
ní pé referendum.
Okay.
and mo fẹ́ sọ nípa ọ̀rọ̀ mo fẹ́ bèrè pa ọ̀rọ̀ pa bàbá wa Sunday Igboho kí ló dé tí a ṣe wá táìmù kan náà dájú fi protest ní Benin embassy because níjọ́ kìlẹ̀ mi wà because kò yé mi ìwé ìtọ́sí mú bàbá wa Sunday Igboho yẹn because everything ò yé mi ọ̀dọ̀ even though the Benin gan ọ̀dà bí Nàìjíríà náà ni.
ó máa níyànjú láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà bàbá wa náà ti sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí mo mọ̀ bí ẹgbọ́n wà tí prof ṣé ẹgbọ́n wà tí Professor Akintoye sọ̀rọ̀ because mo fẹ́ ká tún drag ọ̀rọ̀ because of time constraint. We all know that. What we can only say is let us continue to be very very faithful that Benin Republic with momentum bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ ní láti go into detail momentum bá mi sọ̀rọ̀. What I'm just trying to say is let us all have at the back of our mind that the country called Benin Republic will play a fair play game and they will do the justice and release him and let him go. There's nothing about that. He hasn't committed any offense. He's not a criminal. He hasn't done anything. And he must be allowed to go peacefully. And that's all we are waiting for. Well, like I said, let us hope for the best. To the time constraint, I'm going to have to let you go. Eshegoni Babami. And I know the person on the line. I'm just going to give another, maybe one more call and then we start winding down. Hello, caller. Go straight to the point. I'm going. Ogun State. I'm going. Go ahead. Awan yes, sir. Awan yes, sir. Ami. Then, sir.
Ìgbà tí Sunday Igboho kọjá láti wọ ọ̀dà community làwọn wà o.
Mo mọ̀.
Ìkọjá tó kọjá yẹn ló fún wa ní àwọn àgbẹ̀ tó wà nígbè ikú. Wọ́n fún wọn ní àǹfààní ètò wọn fẹ́ lè dáko. lọ́dún yìí sì.
Adúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run.
Àwọn Fúlàní yẹn, in fact, ẹran yẹn, bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ìgbà tó ti kọjá yẹn báyìí.
Fíà.
Ó pé wọn mọ̀ pé wọn bí wọn dáa mọ́.
Adúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run. Adúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run.
Àti kí òmìnira yẹn àgbà alágbá ọlọ́run.
Àmín, àmín. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Thank you very much. Ládùpẹ́. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lógùn state. Ìlú tèmi gangan nìyẹn, state mi nìyẹn. Mo kí gbogbo yín. Ẹ kú àwọn mọ́ra. Kéèyàn máa náwó kó máa ná 2,000, 3,000. Ẹ mọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà wọ́n tún láwọn borrow data. Mo bá yàn kan sọ̀rọ̀ lánàá, ó ti yá data 3,000 naira. Ìlú òṣì, ó ti yá data 3,000 naira. So ìjọ́kíjọ́ tó bá ní 3,000 báyìí wá kọ́kọ́ gùn yẹn yọ. Civil servant wo? Èbí mo dé civil servant nígbà tí wọ́n ṣe program kan ta wá bí a some few years back tí bàbá gọ́ọ̀sì mẹ́ẹ̀ tó ṣe olórí gbọ̀ngàn tó bá dé fìlà tó fi dì sí gbogbo yín níbẹ̀. Civil servant wọ́n ní generator gan sẹ̀ tó fẹ́ fi anáfẹ́ print tó tẹ̀ ṣe máa sọ wo. Anyway jẹ́ fi ilẹ̀ bàbá mi. Ẹ parí ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́fẹ́ sọ yẹn ẹ fẹ́ ní tògùn stage ṣe kí ni. Àmín. State wo ni kò bad? Gbogbo state ni wàláì gbogbo state ni ẹ̀gbọ́n mi. Mo nígbà pé kankan mọ́ torí pé tá a bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí gbà pẹ̀ ní jẹ́ kí n tún lọ ṣe nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ mo lè fi prepare some other things. A ṣe padà bọ̀ lọ́sàn-án. Rally goes ahead in New York. Àwọn tó jáde just the summary lánàá were paid agents and they are not in the same location axis pẹ̀lú àwọn tó gba permit. Ṣẹ́rẹ́ tó bá gba permit ó yàtọ̀ sẹ́ni tó gba àwọn èèyàn gba permit àwọn èèyàn bọ́lẹ̀ kájà ni wọ́n. Àwọn òṣèlú lọ gba permit kọ́ wá máa ṣe rally báwa ṣe ń ṣe. Wọ́n jókòó sínú yàrá kan orí wọ ọlọ́tẹ̀ ó jókòó sínú yàrá ó gba dọ́là lọ́wọ́ ṣé bàbá ó wá pín fáwọn ọmọ Jamaica ó tún kọ́ àwọn ọmọ Mexico oríṣiríṣi àwọn ọmọ tó wà lórí títì ẹ ṣàkàṣọ fún wọn lọ́rùn. Ẹlòmíràn ẹ̀rí kan náà bàbá yẹn tó ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ tí bàbá yẹn bá sọ̀rọ̀ pé tó bá lọ Nàìjíríà máa jí gbé ó ní rẹ́ pé tó bá lọ Nàìjíríà máa jí ẹ gbé ó because they understand nǹkan tó ń ṣe and you know some of them you can't blame them. Look àwọn èèyàn survive all over the world but àwọn tó jẹ́ Yorùbá tó wà láàrin wọn orí ẹ̀ àti agree pa àwọn ọmọ ìlú mi look àwọn èèyàn survive àwọn tó wà ní car wash nísìnyí tó ń fọ mọ́tò ní gbogbo outside London iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe nìyẹn but they are comfortable wọ́n dẹ̀ ní peace of mind. Ìwọ náà tó ń fọ mọ́tò nílé wọ́n máa ń tó tọ́ sí ẹ lára ni wọ́n disrespected. It's because of the system. So ìjà tá à ń jà yìí kò ń ṣe ìjà Koiki ń jà. We are fighting so that we can have a future. Ní future lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí ẹni bá sọ fún ẹ pé the future of Nigeria ó yàtọ̀ kò sáré tátátátátá. If anybody is telling you there's a future in Nigeria, it's all bloody lies. And if anybody tells you that at some stage ìgbà tó fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ lèmi náà mọ̀ ìyẹn wà lọ́wọ́ Elédùmarè ọba kan kò bá jẹ́ eréwòyà ni kò bá jẹ́ ti kìrìsìtẹ́nì ni bọ̀kọ́ wa máa sọ fún wa nísìn pé tradition yẹn ká condemn condemn kankan ẹ̀sìn wa ni àṣà wa ni and we love it that way. It does not disturb you as a Muslim, it does not disturb you as a Christian, but we must all live amicably together, piece by piece. Láyé ìgbà kan ní ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì kan lọ́ máa ṣe fún wa pé ìyá kan ló ń ṣe ìyàwó ló ṣe ìyá kan ṣe ni kò ṣe jẹ́ kó ríṣẹ́ ṣé wọ́n create industry tí wọ́n fi ṣiṣẹ́ ni. Poverty tó create iṣẹ́ àárọ̀ yìí nísìnyí ó yẹ kó plug ìṣètì ni kó máa gbọ́ mi nínú industry kan Koiki ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn but ọ̀rọ̀ tí máa sọ kò ní jẹ́ nísìnyí pé nǹkan tá à ń sọ yìí a máa jẹ́ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ sí tí nǹkan wà máa ṣiṣẹ́ nínú industry tó bá gba break wà lọ sí canteen ẹlòmíì ṣiṣẹ́ ní multinational ẹ̀wù gẹ́gẹ́ kan tó dismiss Michelle ó ṣiṣẹ́ ní like àwọn òyìnbó kàmbàkàmbà multinational company on disrespect yìí tó fún ilé ẹ̀tọ́ yìí. Let us end that contraction. My name is Olami Koiki. It's KOIKIMEDIA. 21 September 2021, 10:34. Have a very good morning. With Dafun Gogomo.
Nick Bobby, Ọmọlúwa dìde, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀.
created by the enemy of black men. Then, where the black never civilized. Location 9, that is what it is. The country where the leader said the people's glory. The toy gay children to prostitute, and the toy boy children to terrorists. Now, terrorists on the takeover. Yoruba people say we know they do again. Say how to do our nation, that is what we want now. Freedom, 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 freedom. Motherfucker, come and free us. Freedom, 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 freedom. Now, location 9 ìlú Boko Haram. Ìlú àwọn hush politician àti S-men. Fake promises every year. Fake miracle everywhere. Fake military anywhere. Now, all the dry people wanna go. The Afro people wanna go. Location 419 need to break for freedom, 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 freedom. We need the freedom. Freedom, 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 freedom. Now, Kosomi Kosonja Kosono Kosi security people to me see ha. Free education and audio. Good security now one chance. Over 100 million people don't poor. All my nigga need a job, they know they see work. They want to go to farm, full and near attack. Don't give me any fucking reason why we no go. Even many people say they wanna go. Freedom, 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 freedom. Freedom, 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 freedom. I'm fighting. So, ìyọjọ́ alẹ́ wa, wọ́n lè dojọ́ yìí. Ẹ dìde ọmọ Odùduwà, let the struggle begin. You're British, you came to Africa to come and enslave us, and you call it colonization. You join four nations together, and you call it one Nigeria. Who tell you we are one, when only Yoruba never get themselves right? But you join us together, even with the people who never think like us. And since then, you damage our culture, you damage our language, and you damage our way of life. Just because of your own weakness. Amalgamation has expired since 2014. Come to Nigeria. Come and separate what you match together as one. We are not one. We can never be one. We don't have the same culture. We don't speak the same language. We just came there from nowhere and match us together. Who make it God over us? We don't know anything about us. We just come there from nowhere and match us together. Since then, we never get it right. And here you are, Yoruba, amalgamation for 190 expire. What expire láti 2014. So ẹjí ẹ má sùn àsìkò ti tó láti jà fún ẹ̀tọ́ lẹ bàbá yín. A fool at 60 is a fool forever. Ẹ má sùn.